Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. It's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go for steady. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Tearing back out of church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Mission new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
Detroit basketball. What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss. Hope you guys' weekend is off to a great start. I know mine is, man. Boss, how about you? How you feeling over there?
I feel amazing. I mean, we did a live broadcast during the game, but it was just so fun. It was just
Shout out to
so
y'all.
fun just to do this again to the Knicks on national television, to beat them closer to 40 by 38 after we beat them by 31 the last time, ended their winning streak of 8. They just looked defeated out there, and it was all team basketball. Nobody scored more than, well, Dana scored 18 points, but that was our highest
Team
score.
win.
Crazy.
Team win.
Crazy.
That is how we get it done, right? That's how we've always gotten it done here when we've had successful basketball teams in Detroit. And more we're looking and resembling those teams of old. So couldn't have been happier with this game from 1 to 12, 1 to 15, however you want to put it. Great team win. We see you guys in the chat. Shout out to you guys who joined the live stream, and that was fun. We're going to be doing that for every national game going forward.
Yeah.
And especially if they keep going like this, boss. This was absolutely a BTA.
Yeah.
Yes, Torch Lord. Yes, we run the East for sure, man. All right, so look, we're going to get to as many comments as we can, guys. Y'all are coming in hot per you, so y'all know the drill. Repost, caps lock, super chat, whatever y'all want to do to get our attention, go ahead and do that. And we already have our guy, Damadavi, coming in hot, man, per use. Shout out to you. Says, Levert, I got no beef with you today. Please play like this, and I won't be calling you outside your name. I know we're capable of this. That's why last night had me so angry. Back in the W column, keep it going to the break. Yeah, finish strong as we approach the All-Star break, so we can come out hot on the second half of the season for sure. But I agree. Levert was great in this game, guys. We're going to get to that for sure. He seems to be rounding into form, which is what we kind of expected the back half of the year, which we'll get to more of that. But I agree with you for sure. If he keeps this up, he's going to be an important piece, right? So we're just asking for that consistency. And hopefully now that his role is more defined, now that the trade deadline is come and gone, maybe that'll help him out a little bit. So back in the win column, like you said, bro. And we are looking to keep it going. So as always, Dom, I appreciate you, bro. You have been with me for about 2 years now, always showing support, and it just continues, bro. So I really appreciate you and all of you guys. I appreciate all you guys' support. We appreciate all you guys' support for sure. So, boss, let's talk about it. You hit on it already, but guys, if you did not watch this game, the Pistons hosted the New York Knicks in the final game of their 4-game homestand. And guys, for the second straight time on national TV, the Pistons completely embarrass the Knicks. It wasn't even close. 118-80. At one point, they were up by 43 points. I did not expect it to go this way. I thought it was going to be a good game. We'll get to all that stuff in a minute. But this was just very refreshing to see them once again on national TV just prove to the world, prove to the NBA world at least, that they're not going anywhere. The last game was not a fluke. Last year's playoffs was a fluke, and we're coming for blood for sure.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
anything on that? Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, I wasn't expecting it. I'm not saying I wasn't expecting a loss, but I was expecting, again, the Knicks have been hot. They've been the number one defense since their win streak started as well. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer of a game. And once again, we blew them out. And, you're going to see fans make excuses. Well, we didn't have Cat. We didn't have OG. Well, we didn't have Duren. And also, the last time we played, Cat got like 5-6 points and 1 rebound. Like, he wasn't even a factor. So, and I mentioned this during the live, like our team, it was a team win, and the Knicks, any team is capable of a team win. So it wasn't like Cade dropped 40 on them or something. It was unstoppable.
Right.
All of our guys were unstoppable, and we're getting their shots up and in. So it just feels really good again, especially after yesterday. Yesterday, I'm just saying it's in the past. I don't care about it anymore. It's just a loss that they'll take with them. And then they just showed up and showed out on national TV for everybody today. So felt really good. Yeah,
for sure. It's funny. Super Morty Mon has been coming in high. He's been talking about Karis LeVert for a while. He was like, just wait. Come playoff time when it matters the most. Just wait. He's going to show out. Get to some of these comments here. William, what's going on, brother? Says, Chaz looked really good too, by the way. Yes, he did. This whole team is good.
Yeah.
The depth of our team is incredible in the show once again tonight. So really quick, guys, as far as the injury report, we'll start with the Knicks tonight. Anthony Towns did not play due to an eye laceration, aka Isaiah Stewart-itis. That's all that was. Stu was playing, so he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and chill." Yes, Detroit basketball. What's up, Chris? OG Anunoby also was out for this game with a toe injury. And on the Pistons front, Tobias Harris returned after missing last game with, I think it was right hip soreness.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And the Pistons were also without JD. Jalen Duren missed this game due to knee soreness. That actually kept him out of the second half of last game against the Wizards. And apparently it was still bothering him. So he was held out tonight as well, which meant that Isaiah Stewart got the start at center, and also meant that guys like Paul Reed got opportunities and really paid those off for sure. So also, we got some good news regarding Dennis Jenkins today. Trajan Langdon, guys, held a presser, a post-trade deadline presser, and he said that Dennis' two-way contract is going to be converted to a standard NBA contract over the weekend. And he will be available going forward, pretty much, including Monday. He said Monday against the Hornets. He played tonight, so I would imagine going forward he's going to be available. He did still have, before this game, he had one remaining that he could play on his current two-way deal. And that was used tonight against the Knicks. So that's probably why he didn't play last night against the Wizards, because the next game is just more of a marquee matchup, right? More opportunity for him to show out, show what he can do against a team that is becoming our rival of sorts, if you want to call it that. But now the Pistons, they can safely play him going forward with his deal looking to be finalized over the weekend. So he won't miss any time, which is important for our playoff stretch coming up. So we're definitely going to get into that more for sure. I see you guys, the comments are still coming in hot.
Lots of love super chat as well for everybody.
Yeah. Let's get to Attila. Attila, the Hun Detroit, says, when Ron Holland starts to hit his threes, this team becomes unstoppable and the best in the NBA. Thanks, Sarah, and everyone for the viewing party. Yeah, appreciate you, Attila, for sure, man. Yeah, glad to have you on for sure. That was a lot of fun, man. Like the first game we did against the Rockets, it was a loss, so it was kind of tough to kind of really be up for that game and excited after post game. But it's always nice when we have games like this where we can get you guys feedback on what you guys saw, because there was a lot in this game. It was a lot in this game that you could point to or be excited about, boss. So go ahead.
And just speaking, because when Ron starts hitting his threes, I agree, and I just want to say that we had 9 different guys hit threes tonight. 9 different guys, and if one of Ron's fell, it would have been 10. That's crazy. And
Wow.
I mean, it's just incredible for a team that needs shooting, you know? So just really cool to see in that aspect also.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, the Pistons rolled out a starting lineup tonight of Kate Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Asar Thompson, uh, Tobias Harris, and Isaiah Stewart. Because as we mentioned, JD was out. So before we get into some initial thoughts, we're going to put up the poll for who you guys thought should get the belt for tonight. It really could have went a few different directions, but I think I'm confident on who you guys are going to go with. So that
Yeah.
poll is now live. So you guys go ahead and have at that, and we will check back on that. Now, before we get into our initial thoughts, we have a special guest that is here with us, guys, tonight. Coming to the stage, none other than our guy, Mr. Jeremy Hart himself. Guys, for anybody who has been living under a rock and doesn't know who this man is very important and integral and responsible in large part to the success that Dennis Jenkins has been having in his career. This guy has been with Dennis Jenkins for years now, going back to the Iona days, St. John's days, probably even before that. But he's been with him on his entire journey, just crafting him and molding him and mentoring him as his player development coach into what we see now. And he's always had the eye and the belief that Dennis Jenkins would be what he is right now, right? Mr. Trust Your Work. Exactly. Y'all know what it is. See, y'all paying attention. Trust your work. So without further ado, Mr. Jeremy Hart. What is going on, bro? Glad to have you back to the show, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Glad to be back on here. I appreciate y'all asking me to jump on and just out here in Pittsburgh, man, getting ready for this game tomorrow. But just finished up watching the Pistons versus Knicks. It was a good game.
Yes, sir. So look, we matching tonight, bro. You know, I had to
Yes,
put my
sir.
SMU stuff on too, you know? You
Yes,
had to
sir,
give you a
man.
quick little shout out.
Yes,
So guys,
sir.
he's
Hey,
a
I
coach over
appreciate
there.
that.
He's a coach at SMU. So he's definitely doing this thing, developing a lot of guys in the NBA now. We see guys like Ryan Rollins doing his thing with the Bucks, a lot of players that he's been working with for sure. So this guy has an eye for talent for sure. And he used to play himself a little bit back in the day. He probably won't tell y'all that, but he played himself back in the day a little bit. So
Yeah,
you played at
yeah.
TCU? Is that where you play? What'd you play at, bro?
I played at McMurray University.
McMurray, right? Okay.
It's a Division II school there in Texas.
Okay, right there in Texas. All y'all Texas boys, man. All
Yeah.
y'all Texas boys
Yeah.
coming to Detroit.
Yeah,
So listen,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just
I-
said, yeah, man. We love Detroit.
Hey, we love y'all. We love having y'all here, man. So let's talk, man, about this game. What stood out to you? I know we were kind of texting back and forth during the game, but what stood out to you with what you saw from the team as a whole and from Tink?
The team as a whole, I think, they played together. They had a great energy about them tonight. I didn't get to watch yesterday. Where was I yesterday? I was actually at the Mavs game with another client. But from what I heard, they didn't have a lot of energy yesterday. I felt like watching this game today, they had a lot of energy. They played together, and they made shots. And they played great defense. They played great defense. Which they have done for the most part of the year. So I thought it was a great game by the Pistons. Asar and Ron, they both guarded the crap out of Brunson and made it tough on him all night, man. And
Yeah.
I just really like this team. I think this team is really good and fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, boss. React.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, and Jenkins was the biggest part of it. He was our lead scorer tonight. It was just thrilling to see him on the court. I know that this was technically his last game with us, unless he gets upgraded to a standard contract, but it seems like it's happening. The fans want him. We all want him here, so it's just really nice to see. He is my mom. My mom started watching games again this year, and he is her favorite player. So she's ready for him to get signed. So we can get some jerseys and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so we put a poll up, bro, as far as to who everybody thought should be the player of the game. So let's go ahead and react to that real quickly. Who gets the belt? Dennis Jenkins is at 90%.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
pretty
Asara's
cool.
got
That's pretty
8,
cool.
Stu's got 2, and Paul Reed also has 2. So it was a great team win, but we all agreed that Tink was the engine for this team with that second unit when they came into the game.
Mhm.
He really just set the table for everybody and just changed the pace of the game. I love how he pushes the pace at every opportunity. He really just plays the way coach wants him to play. He delivered everything, man. As far as he was in the boards, he was boarding and pushing, fine, just setting the table. I feel like last game that was missing, because he helps guys like Karis LeVert a lot, guys who aren't true point guards who kind of need help getting set up at times. I think he's major in that area, and that was missing last night. Just the stir for the drink was just missing. We didn't have that floor general, and I felt like tonight he was a difference. He came in, he was having fun. He saw him dancing on guys. He had Brunson jumping on pump fake, biting on pump fakes, just looking silly. It was just fun to see, and then his reaction, just barking at everybody, just getting the crowd into the game. He's the perfect Piston, man. That's what I've been saying. I've been telling everybody since I saw him play. Like, bro, why is he not on the team? Why is he not? How did he go undrafted? I still to this day ask myself that question. I know your answer is going to be, it's just the road he's had, the path he's had to go, but it's just still baffling to me, bro. Like, just when you look at the talent itself and just look at from the eye test, it's just crazy to me that this dude didn't get drafted. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm with you 100%. He actually just talked about this in his press conference, and I feel the same way. He is a humble kid, a young man, I should say. I'm very humble, but we've been through this, man. We went through it with colleges. I told several colleges out of high school that he was a Division I player. People didn't listen to me. When he went to junior college, I told several colleges that he was a high major Division I player. A lot of people didn't listen to me. When he got in the transfer portal after the year at Iona with him and Walter Clayton and Rick Pitino took the job at St. John's, people finally started double backing and reaching out to me. But by that time, it was too late. He had a great year with Rick at Iona, and he went with Rick to St. John's. And it's like, man, we've been singing this song every step of the way. When we got to the NBA, people told me that, I told people that he would be, doing what he's doing now. I mean, obviously, I've been on your show a couple of times, so you can go back and see what I've said several times. So nothing that he's done or doing is surprising me. I mean, it's still surreal that he's on this stage, but I don't get surprised by nothing that he's doing because I know what's inside of him and I know what he's capable of, and this is still just the beginning.
100%. One thing we've talked about, you kind of talked to me about a little bit, as far as the work you guys have been putting in lately, is just really just playing through contact and finishing through contact, right? And we've seen multiple games now where he's gotten to the lane, gone up for a shot, got smacked across the face, and still was able to finish through contact, getting and ones and things like that. Just kind of talk about how you've seen that work kind of pay out, because he's not a household name yet in the league. So it's going to be harder for him to get those calls, which is unfortunate. But just talk about how you've seen that through your lens, the work you guys are putting in with regard to that, how it's kind of paying off for him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he trusts me with his game. I've been with him for 6 years, and every year we come to the table in the summer and we try to see what we can get better at and see what we can improve on.
Yeah.
And coming out of St. John's, I kind of took feedback from, people around the NBA and scouts and whatnot, and what they said about his game, what he needed to get better at, things of that nature. And I took it and I put it in our workouts and formulated a plan to help him be successful. And coming out of college, I thought he wasn't as good as finishing around the basket as he needed to be with his athleticism. And some of that had to do with strength and working on it and playing through contact. And I think, the credit goes to him. He listened to me. He took constructive criticism when I told him that he wasn't a good finisher around the basket and he had to be stronger to make it in the NBA. And he worked on his body. We got in the gym and worked on different type of drills and whatnot, finishing around the basket and playing through contact and all of these things. I actually just posted something on my story on Instagram, a picture of me and him working on using his shoulder and creating that space with guys, and he actually did that on the and one with Jordan Clarkson and the jump shot with Brunson. using his shoulder to create that separation. But it's just a testament because Brunson is a big, strong dude. It's a testament to his hard work, how strong he's gotten to be able to bump Brunson like that and create that space. So just to see that growth, man, in the last 2 years is just a rewarding feeling, and knowing that all of our work and unseen hours is paying off in real time on the biggest stage.
100%, bro. Yeah. Is it ever? I know you said it's a little surreal. It seems like this would be kind of one of those things that whenever you see him on a basketball court, you're still going to have that flashback moment to when you guys were in the gym having those heart to heart conversations when the belief in him wasn't there the way it should have been. Do you think that'll always kind of be there for you whenever every time you see him kind of grace the NBA court, something you guys have been trying to get to since 6 years ago?
Man, I don't know, but I try not to put it on him so much, and try
Yeah.
not to like talk to him about it so much, because I want him to know that he belong and stay in the moment and things like that. But without going into too much detail, we do have those type of conversations
Yeah.
from time to time about how surreal it is. And I don't know when I stop feeling like that. I hope I do, at least by the playoffs or something. But but for now, it's just like every time I see him out there doing his thing, it's surreal, because I can't say it enough of how proud I am of him, the young man that he is, and the hard work that he's put in, the dedication and sacrifice that he's put in. I know a lot of people kind of know the journey, but they don't know the long days and the ups and the downs that we have been through
Yeah.
over the years. So it just kind of impacts me a little different than everybody else. But I try to stay, in a good space, and know that we here now, and all of that stuff is cool and is a part of the journey. But now is about you know continuing to prove that he's an NBA player and helping this Piston team bring a championship to Detroit, and I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. Boss, go back to that last comment if you can. I wanted to, yeah. This is our boy Will. Just want to get your thoughts on this, and then we'll let you go, bro. Appreciate your time, man. Will says
Yep.
he earned the coaches, and teams trust so quick. We already seen him in clutch time a few games already, and he still makes the right play. Diamond in the rough. Can you just speak to that? We know we obviously see how good of a player he is now, but can you just speak to just his personality and the leadership qualities that he has? Somebody, because it's hard for a guy, to come into a new team that's already kind of establishing themselves and still kind of have a voice without stepping on toes or whatever you want to call it. Can you kind of just speak to how he's been able to uniquely ingratiate himself with these guys and have their ears so quickly, and kind of where that comes from what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, first of all, and a great comment by my man Will.
Will Blunt. Yes, sir.
I actually spoke about this earlier today to someone close to me. So me and Danis, we have a unique connection because of my basketball journey, his basketball journey, and we have a lot of similarities of in our journeys. So I say that to say, like, we don't we play basketball, like, we don't worry about titles or status,
Yeah.
because when you're playing basketball, none of that matters. I used to say as a player, to people that, when I played against someone, they had to bring their name, they had to bring their game and not their name, and I kind of taught that to him, as he was a youngster. And that's just the mentality that he has. Like, he gets delusional when it comes to the position that it is, because it's just basketball to him. So whether it's
Right.
him, telling Jalen Duran what he sees, or Cade what he sees, or Tobias what he sees, like, he's coming from a good place. He's just talking as a point guard and a basketball player. But to a fan or somebody on the outside, they're looking at it like, why is Dennis Jenkins talking like that to Tobias Harris? Tobias
Yeah.
Harris is a 15-year NBA player. Or why is Dennis Jenkins, going at a Tyrese Maxey or going at a, these guys, Jalen Brunson, these guys that's been in the NBA a long time. Like, he's not thinking about that. Like, he's just a natural leader, and that's what he does, and I think as from a coaching standpoint, coaches, we look at that as somebody like, man, this kid is fearless. Like he's a leader without, having the title or the status. So that right there is like super valuable and super, it does something to your team when, a guy that caliber, not even a starter, able to lead and be positive and galvanize the group. And he's not even, one of your, max guys or whatever the case may be. So it's just basketball at the end of the day, man. And we don't worry about titles and things like that. Like, we just try to play basketball, and the things that we know, if we see it, we're gonna try to call it out and talk about it and help someone, help a teammate, whatever the case may be. And he's just done a great job of that and being true to who he is,
Right.
And that's something that I always told him.
That makes sense, bro, because you see it on the court. He doesn't treat anybody who he's playing against as if, he's afraid of them. It's like he doesn't care where they were drafted, Reed Shepard. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. It's more just about, hey, it's you and me on the court, mano a mano, and I'm about to show you my ability. So I think what you're saying makes sense, because it transfers from the locker room with his teammates to the court. It doesn't matter what's going on. He has that utmost confidence that regardless of the title or the status, you gotta see me. You gotta see me. And so I think that has helped him a lot. So I want to give you guys a lot of credit, as we always do, man, just for your journey. And it's heartwarming for us. We haven't been on you guys with this journey, but we kind of caught wind of you guys about 2 years ago. So it's just nice to be able to see whatever, for everybody else to kind of see what we've kind of been seeing here in our community, because now everybody can see how much of a good player he is and how important he's going to be for this team come playoff time, which is why we're glad that all the contract stuff is finally going to be taken care of. Hopefully, come next week and he can finish out the rest of the season without that over his head, and he can just go hoop. So happy for you guys.
Yes,
man, we appreciate it, and we're extremely grateful for the opportunity that the Pistons and the city of Detroit just locking their arms around him. And like I said, I'm just grateful to be a small part of his journey and help him on his path, and for us to be here in this moment and in this season is just a sense of gratitude and gratefulness. And I can't wait for the playoffs. I can't wait to get out there to Detroit and experience that playoff atmosphere. And, once we wrap up our season, so I'll be in Detroit for the playoffs for sure.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. We got to link up, bro, when you get here. I mean, that's gonna be a time for sure.
Yes.
Looking forward to that. So, as always, bro, we appreciate your time. Make sure you guys go follow our guy Jeremy Hart, man. You guys can catch him on X. You guys can catch him on IG. On X, you can find him at Coach Hart 32. On IG, you can find him also at Coach Hart 32. So make sure you guys show him some love and follow him, because he's doing some great things for SMU as well. He's just got a lot going on. So make sure y'all stay tapped in, man. So as always, brother, we appreciate you, man, for spending a few minutes with us of your time. And we look forward to catching up with you again soon, my brother.
Yes, thank you.
Sarah.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.
You too.
Yeah. Hey,
all right, bro.
The Pistons won again.
The Pistons won again. My dog. All right, bro. Catch you in the flip, man.
All right, see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, guys. One and only Jeremy, man. We appreciate y'all showing him love too, because he deserves it. We see y'all in the chat, man. Yeah, he's been with him from the beginning. So it's just nice to see them starting to reap some of the fruits of that labor for sure, boss.
I mean, it's so nice to just hear him talk about it. Like, I'm kind of grateful he didn't throw it to me a couple of times, because what else can I say? Every time he's on here, I'm like, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by what he does. And this is also like the third time Danis has showed out on national TV as well.
National TV.
So I am excited for the contract. I want the jersey. So
for sure.
Just really, really cool. That they continue to work. And like he says, he points out his flaws and Danis works on them. He's just a hard worker. And it's very apparent. And I love you brought up too, like, no matter who he's going against, whether it's Brunson or Maxey or Reed or, some random, Kolek, he plays the same way.
Same mindset.
His game.
Yeah. I love it, man. So
Yeah.
guys, we are going to get to some initial thoughts, and then we
Mhm.
will get to some box scores, boss. So a lot to get to.
Yeah.
So let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. Let us know what you saw in this game. Some highlights from this game for you.
Oh man. Well, again, like I wasn't expecting us to just pop off on them again. Like, of course we did. Even going after halftime, I was like, I still want us to keep the foot on the gas, and we did. We never really let them up. We never let them on a run.
Yep.
The defense was incredible, and that's like why Asar, he only scored 2 points tonight, but that's why he's on our poll, because he just did not let Brunson get anything, and he recorded 5 stocks. So the defense was incredible. Our shooting was incredible. We just seemed so in sync. The crowd, the crowd was amazing. You could really hear them over everybody. The atmosphere was off the wall. I just truly loved so much of it. And just like, last night we fed off of the bad, it's just another team win. Like we just continue to win as a team, and we feed off of each other as a team. So it's a game that I would rewatch. I want to go rewatch it because it's just so good. And the fact that we've now done this twice to them, was the first one in New York?
Nope, it was here.
Okay, so the last 2 games against them will be in New York, and we have one coming up on the 19th, so just like 2 weeks away. But
right, I saw some national thing too.
Probably, yeah. I mean, they might waive it if they're like, actually, you know what, we know how this will end, so let's get But just to put that tone on them this season is just incredible. This was a team that was hot. 8 wins straight. They looked like they pulled it together,
Yeah.
So it was just really, truly one of my favorite games of the season.
Yeah, Devin was there. He said we blew him out.
Yes.
Detroit defense for sure. And also Drew says he was there as well. I'm sure the atmosphere. Let us know how the atmosphere was.
It sounded amazing.
Sounded like it was electric.
Yeah, crowd was crazy. Sure. Yeah,
this is a great game, man. This is all around. This is one of the best games of the year. One of the best games of the year, even without Jalen Duren being available. Just next man up mentality was in full effect. The Pistons, they were in playoff form tonight. It looked like a playoff. It felt like a playoff game as far as how the Pistons were performing. Just their intensity, their urgency, their energy, all of it felt like it was a big game, right? And you mentioned it already, the way it was just so spread out. It wasn't one guy being a hero. You mentioned, you guys see, Cade isn't even on a poll. And that's not because he played bad. That's because everybody else stepped up and played well. Nobody scored more than 19 points, like you mentioned. Dennis Jenkins had 18 points, and that was the high of the game. So that was incredible to see too. So I was expecting a good game. I thought, like you mentioned, boss, 8 straight wins for the Knicks coming in. But I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting them to just completely obliterate them, embarrass them the way they did. I thought the Knicks would have had last game on their minds. The last embarrassment, we beat them by 31. I thought they would have came in with more of a chip on their shoulder. Yeah, they're just not good enough.
No,
they just don't have enough. They just don't have enough. If Jalen Brunson is not playing well, they don't have a chance. They don't have enough guys who can step up like we do and kind of fill that void. So having a guy like Asar Thompson is very important to this team, because when you have a guy like him who can do damage defensively and be so disruptive and make everything tough on their best player, then it makes them very hard. It makes it very hard for them to compete with us for 48 minutes. So that's why Asar Thompson's on the poll, guys. Like you mentioned, he didn't score 2 points, but he prevented I don't know how many points as far as the Knicks being able to score because of his defense. So incredible stuff from him. But one more thing that I want to mention as far as the this game that I saw is just hitting first, right? The Pistons, they never let up. It was kind of a back and forth game early. It seemed like both teams were trying to kind of impose their will and establish the pace of the game. But once the Pistons went to the bench, it really just got out of hand. And they only allowed the Knicks to score 17 points in that first quarter, boss. And it pretty much continued like that for the rest of the game.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the start of the game. When we were like 14-14 with like 3 minutes left, and we kind of went on a run. Me and you were talking about like feels like old basketball. Like it's been, this is going to be a battle. And then we took off, and again, we never let them get on a run. We never slowed down. They maybe scored like 6 points straight at one point, maybe, but we never let them,
that was about it.
Get the momentum. And they had to, like you said, like even with guys like Cat and OGN, they always have to fall back on Brunson. And it's just something we've known it to be. It's just how they play. And we just, again, play just team ball. Brunson played almost 10 more minutes than Cade and only got 1 more point than him. Brunson finished with 12 and Cade finished with 11. And that's because of everybody else around him. We were able to give Cade rest time. Brunson played entire quarters, you know?
Yep.
It just felt really, really great. Just, again, the vibes were so high. Everybody was getting their shots. Everybody contributed on defense. There weren't a lot of mistakes. There weren't a lot of misreads. Even, you know, when we were doing a live broadcast, you'd be like, oh, we'll let them have that one. Like, oh, that was a good shot.
Right.
Because we were playing good defense. It wasn't like, oh, why did we leave them wide open in the corner?
Exactly.
That wasn't happening. The rotations were incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great basketball. And I'm excited to read more. You know, I got to see some of the national media stuff, some of the posts. I'm so excited to read more.
Oh,
it's just like in terms of not Pistons fans and Knicks fans, or just like NBA fans in general, because you can't watch that game and not be impressed by how the Pistons played, all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what fans outside of Detroit, what the perception is on the Pistons now, because this is the second straight time now that they showed. They showed after the last game, because it was worse this game. We beat them by 31 last game, like you mentioned, and 38 tonight. So it got worse from last game. And the Knicks are playing better basketball. So there's no excuse. Yeah. Right? They were missing Cat. We're missing JD. Right? So it wasn't like it was lopsided either. So I'm really interested to see after this game what the perception is of the Pistons as far as who's the best team in the East and who they expect to come out of the East, because a lot of people had the Knicks coming out of the East to start the season, right? So for us to do what we did to them after they've been playing their best basketball of the year in the way we did it on a national stage, has to say a lot. So, but like we mentioned, I'm just glad that it didn't drop off. Second half, we've seen at times the Pistons take their foot off the gas and they allow it to be a game. The Pistons just turned up even more. They continued to build on the lead. And that was the impressive part to me. They wanted to make a statement. You could see they're still bothered by last year's. They add a little bit more. It's a little bit more whenever they play the Knicks. You just see it's a little bit extra on their shoulder as far as that chip. So I just like how they came out and sustained it all game.
I do want to say Domo Davi hit us with another super chat. Do you mind if I
let's get to it?
It was right before Jeremy Hart came on.
Okay. Domo Davi coming back says, telling my boy that everyone says we need shooting. And we have 3, Herder, Sasser, and Chad on our bench not getting minutes. They just need minutes. And if you didn't know, the Knicks weren't healthy for the 1,000th time. They're never healthy, bro. They're never healthy. Probably just ducking.
Even Brunson with his ankle. Like, the minute I grabbed his leg, I was like, here he goes. Do you remember in the playoffs last year, he would run to the locker room? I was like, either he's getting shot up with something or he just needs a break. I don't know. It's just weird. He's injured in every game, but never injured. It's crazy. Yeah,
I don't know. It's not something we have to deal with. Like we never fall back or, rely on the narrative of the injuries, or it's like we're just ready to go. And that's because once again, we're deep. We got that depth. But yeah, I agree, Dominic, for sure, man. Like, and that's the thing. We don't need to be a great 3-point shooting team to be successful. We've always kind of gone against the grain here in Detroit, right? We don't do things just because everybody around us is doing them. When we won championships, they thought the Lakers are going to win, and we destroyed them. And it wasn't anything close to how they played stylistically. So we've always done it different. We don't need to do what everybody else is doing because of how we get it done here. We didn't make a ton of threes tonight, right? We just executed and we played lockdown defense. That's how we win, and we did it together. That's how we won. So I'm not too worried about that. We do have shooting on this team. I think as long as we're close to average shooting the 3 ball, we're going to be just fine because we do everything else extremely well.
Yeah. And like I said, 9 different guys tonight scored a 3, and we'll get to them as we go through box scores. But it's like, again, it is, we do have the shooting, we do have the capabilities. Our focus is just defense. Like we're not the Celtics who just want to shoot threes all the time.
Exactly.
Like we get our job done in the paint. And when our threes are hitting, it's very nice. But tonight we saw, even Herder got minutes and he didn't make threes, but he got into the paint and made baskets there. So as long as our guys are willing to adjust, and we've seen Duncan do it too. Duncan's learning to get to the paint when he doesn't have his shot comfortable. Like nobody is staying behind the 3-point line if they don't have to. And it's just about getting that point. And again, it's one of my favorite things about the team. I do not like when we just chuck up threes to match another team or to try to get back in the lead. That's just not how it's going to work. So
yeah, we need to make teams try to adapt to us instead of trying to adapt to them, right? And that's why you see teams in the East now, like the Pacers going and getting Zubac, a big body, or you see the Celtics going to get Vucevic, a big body. They're trying to match up with us. We're the blueprint now. They're trying to catch us, right? So we just got to keep doing what we're doing and get better at it. That's it. That's it. We do that, we'll be just fine. Like you said, if the shooting is there, we're nearly unstoppable. We're nearly impossible to beat. If we're lacking on the defensive side and the shooting is there, good night. Good night. That's what makes it dangerous. So, as always, Dom, I appreciate you, and I agree with those sentiments, my guy.
Yes.
Clara says, like Charles Barkley said, live by the three, die by the three.
Exactly.
Detroit is playing real basketball. I just love the old school feel. Same. I just love how this team, this organization as a whole, Trajan Langdon, JB Bickerstaff, they know how we win here. They've done their history and done their research on how we've won here in the past, and the personnel on this team is indicative of that. And even Troy Weaver as well, bringing in the drafting these guys. So I just like how we're going back to who we are. We're going back to our roots. That's how we get it done. That's how we're going to get it done. Chris says it's still going to be Detroit versus everybody, and that's the way I like it. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You get it, bro. By the way, I need your customary Javante Green phrase. What's it going to be tonight, bro? Let us know. Yeah. Usually it's Mr. What You Need, coach. So what we got tonight, Chris? Let us know. All right, boss. That's all I got for initial thoughts. Anything else for you?
No, that's all. I'm ready to get into. Well, actually, before we get into box scores, I do want to mention again. PSA. We've had a couple already, but this month we are donating half of all super chats to the Isaiah Stewart Learning Center.
Yes.
It's an after-school program for grades 1 through 12. It's co-founded by Isaiah Stewart and Dr. Bernice Green Sr. It just helps kids, with tutoring, homework help, hot meals, transportation, really anything, just a community center for grades 1 through 12. And Stu had been in a similar program with Dr. Bernice Green when he was growing up. So we're just, giving back to a great guy in Stu, who is always, even though the media might do a different narrative, we know it as Pistons that he's always giving back to our community. It just has a big heart. So we just want to give back to that. So if you want to donate a super chat, we can include a link as well. They have the Isaiah Stewart Learning Center is also their handle for Instagram and easy to find online too. If you want to donate yourself, just let me know so we can shout you out. So.
Yes, sir. We all support those that support others, and Stu is a big proponent of that. So we appreciate you guys already for your support, man.
Absolutely.
Boss, let's check this poll and then let's get to some initial thoughts. So updated poll for who gets the belt. Dennis Jenkins still holding strong. 79% for him.
Okay.
Asar Thompson has 10%. Isaiah Stewart has 9%, and Paul Reed has 3%. So I'm not mad at any of those, but I would agree that Dennis Jenkins is probably going to get the belt.
We had a little bit of trouble to completing the poll because it was such a overall team win. So,
I was like, Dennis Jenkins.
So our and it was like everybody else did their job. So mostly like the team win.
Great team win, man. It's always good, like when a guy who's not even a starter is the overwhelming favorite for the belt. Like that's every team can't say that. Every team doesn't have that depth and that much amount of talent. So it's always a good thing. Another super chat just came in from MB Well. Appreciate you, bro. Says good show as always, guys. Appreciate you, bro. If you have a comment from this game, I want to make sure I get to you as well. I saw you you liked the statement about the bad boys teams and us playing to our strength. If you have another comment you want to throw in there, bro, feel free.
And you were there.
Get to you.
Thank you also for showing up for our live broadcast as well. I saw you in there.
We had fun with y'all over there, man. That was fun. Like I'm glad. That was actually Boss's idea, I think, to start doing the live stream during the games. So
some reaction. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm sure trying to be a little bit more, real, especially when it's there. And today we had a little bit of audio issues. You guys are always patient. It's just
It
makes it feel like I'm watching with friends, buddies, So.
Yeah, watch with the community. You already know what it is. All right, guys, we are going to jump now to some box scores. Boss, let's start with Cade. Tonight. Tonight, guys, Cade finished with 11 points, 4 for 11 shooting overall, 1 for 3 from 3, 2 or 3 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, only 2 turnovers, pretty good ratio, in 22 minutes, only 22 minutes. So what did you see tonight from Deuce in his limited minutes?
Yeah, I mean, he looked good. He got some good baskets. I think he got to the line, right? A couple times. Once at the line, because then he also had the technical foul for their 3 seconds.
And he made it.
Yes, he got into some foul. Yeah, he made it. I was on the like, don't do it because he can miss those technicals every now and then. But he did well. He got into some foul trouble early. He didn't really even have to play after the hot start we had in the third, it was kind of like, okay, like you don't have to be out here anymore. But again, 22 minutes, and he had plenty of rest time in between those 22 minutes. It wasn't like he had to play a whole quarter. So really, truly no complaints. And everybody, probably wanted to be the Cade and Brunson show, but really, yeah, it was like the Jenkins. I'll give it to Mikal Bridges. Honestly, he was their hottest shooter until he went cold.
He kept them in it.
Yeah. So I had no complaints. 7 assists. To have 7 assists in 22 minutes, and that leads the team. That's crazy. But again, everyone we had 31 assists total as a team. That's so great. Impressive. That's so impressive. The ball was moving, and again, just in a team effort way. Yep. And Cade, to have 7 in such a short time, he probably, if he stayed in for 5 more minutes, he probably would have gotten a double-double. So it was just another fantastic Cade game, and I'm glad that he looks like he's feeling a bit better. I know that he was out or questionable yesterday with wrist and illness, so he was ready to show up and show out.
Yeah, I agree. I always say my barometer for him as far as being able to tell if he's feeling good physically is how he looks defensively. Right. If we see him kind of like not moving his feet and not energetic and not staying in front defensively, not rotating and helping well, not trying to, defend the rim, that's how you know he's not feeling well. Just watch him defensively. That's how you can always tell. I thought tonight he was much better. Even though he didn't play a lot, even just from jump, he just looked to be more locked in to this game like everybody was. This was definitely a statement game. His wrist didn't look like it was bothering him. It looked like he was okay. But just defensively is what I'm always looking for. And I think overall he was pretty solid, and it carried over to the offense too. He didn't do too much, right? He just ran the offense, took what was there, got his guys involved, made some nice passes, just very under control like we usually see him. Yeah. Anytime they have guys like Jalen Brunson on him, it's barbecue chicken. He's just not big enough. They try to cross match him, but the Pistons know how to find that matchup when they want to. So he just took advantage of what was there, man. I don't have much to say about Cade other than he just played a good floor game.
Yeah,
very aggressive looking for his offense too. I like his aggression. Again, we talked about it last show, guys, but that was the thing that stood out to me with Cade. The difference between last year in the playoffs against the Nets or the Knicks versus now in the regular season. He's just more aggressive, looking for his own offense, and he's not allowing their defense to dictate whether he's going to be aggressive or not. He's looking to be aggressive, period. And then if the help comes, then okay, I'll make the right play. But he's not looking to make a play knowing the double is going to come. It's just like, if it does come, then I'll make the right play. But I just like how he's getting downhill, being physical, taking advantage of his size, and making the defense make a decision. And off of that, he's just reacting, processing, all that stuff. He's doing very well. So good game.
Absolutely.
Good game from him. Another super chat just came through. Y'all showing love tonight on a Friday night. We appreciate y'all. Mauser coming in hot says, truly appreciate these post-win shows, post-loss therapy sessions. Great show. Bro, it was tough last night, man. It's just one game. We know that everybody has their trap games. Their games are not supposed to lose, but we also know it's not the end of the world. Especially, that's the thing. We can never get caught. You can't get caught in the moment, guys. You can never get caught or stuck in the moment, because how much less does that game from last night sting after tonight? Just 24 hours ago, everybody was in shambles, saying that the trade was a reason that we lost the game and all this crazy. It's like, bro, you can't trip over one game. Like, it's unacceptable. The Pistons should never lose to the Wizards. It's 82 games. Every team loses to teams they're not supposed to. The Thunder have lost games they had no business losing this year already, right? So you can never be a prisoner of the moment. Go ahead, boss.
And with those, losses, of course, they're annoying. They're trap games, but it's not like it wasn't like tonight. Like, if I'm a Knicks fan tonight, I'm mad because now they've gotten blown out by a very good team twice. That has yet to happen to us. So,
Totally agree. Rodney says, Miles, I appreciate you, bro. Rodney says, Deuce and Miss Boss, thank you for a great chat. Go Pistons from Flint Town. My guy. Yes, sir, man. We appreciate y'all for showing up, man. It's 11:15 and we got 150 deep in here. So we appreciate y'all. We're going to keep this thing rolling, boss.
Yes.
So let's move on from Cade. Good game from Cade. Let's move on now, boss, to the unction. Duncan Robinson. Tonight, guys, Duncan Robinson had 9 points on 3 for 8 shooting. All of his makes were threes, 3 from 7 from three-point land, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal in only 20 minutes. By the way, no starter played more guys than 26 minutes in outside centers, which is a great sign in a major win. So go ahead, boss. Take off on Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, he just looked great. He started a little bit slow from threes, and then once I think he was 1 from 3 in halftime, because he hit one towards the end of the half, and then he hit 2 more for us in the second half. Yeah, I mean, and he's just a guy that is just constant effort too.
Yep.
We saw it again. He had a steal. This is another game where he's registered a steal. How many in a row is that now? It seems like
That's
every
true.
game he's disrupting. He's getting a steal. He's getting his hands on it. He did a really good job on some mismatches. He just didn't let the Knicks run him over.
Yep.
And this is just kind of how he's been lately. Is he's just still like he understands that he is a target when he is a target for offenses, and he just does a great job. Yeah, only one foul. 4 rebounds too is incredible in itself, like he was just active. So I super appreciate that from Duncan Robinson. No complaint from me.
You notice he took half as many threes tonight as he did last game?
Yeah.
He took 15 threes last game. And a lot of them were not the best quality of shots just because of, the Pistons just didn't execute. They didn't play well last night. I don't ever want him taking that many threes because I don't ever want him to feel he has to take that many threes.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
a lot of threes. Between the 7 to 10 range, I'm cool with him. Shots that are within the flow of the offense, right? Just good quality shots in rhythm. And tonight it felt so much more like he was in rhythm coming off screens. He wasn't forcing shots up. Even his misses, they look good. But he's doing a good job too because he knows guys are going to come out and run out at him. Just give him a nice little simple pump fake, dribble, and just reload. He's doing a good job of that because the screening is there for him. As he's coming off curls, Stu did an amazing job just screen setting, just stonewalling guys trying to come off screens, just giving Duncan daylight. And if they were trying to get out to him and they come close too hard, nice little pump fake, dribble, reload.
Yeah.
And he just looks very comfortable. Go ahead, boss.
It makes me laugh because do you remember Duncan's comments saying that like Stu kind of got mad at him for not using screens?
Yes.
And that was just in like scrimmages and practices. He's like, why aren't you using my screens? And now it's like a second nature. And that's another thing I like about Duncan. Like we saw it in today's game, but we've also just seen it over the last couple of games. He can make a shot, he can make a contested shot, and he can make it wide open. There's no such thing as like overthinking or underthinking. He's just when he's in his rhythm, he gets there. And I think even 3 of 7, and he was 6 of 15 yesterday. So I agree with you. That's like a perfect range. And I think again, the first 2 were misses, and then he made a bunch. So like it was a perfect distribution of threes tonight. So and some of them were just the options that he had. He was left open at times too, so you wouldn't be mad at that. And we saw him. He had an assist, right? Yeah, 2 assists because he dribbled it in and got it to, was it Stu at one point? He got it to someone right under the basket.
Just secondary playmaking. Yep.
Yeah. And he's just been doing so much better at that because that was the other thing yesterday. He was 6 of 15 overall. Like he didn't even try, and he did. He tried to get to the rim. It looks like he missed 1 shot in the paint or in the mid range, but the passes were because he dribbled it in to try to get a shot and was able to get it back out when defense collapsed on him. So I really liked what I saw from him tonight.
Yeah. Let's get some comments. Kari B says, is that Kari B? If the Pistons beat the Knicks on 2/19 and they don't make the ECF, Mike Brown will be fired. History shows nothing but bad things happen to you when you lose to the Pistons. He looked confused tonight. He looked like he had no answers. He had his hands on his head at one point. They showed him. He was looking like Draymond Green in that one presser would look like his controller just died. And Draymond was just kind of like, for like 10 seconds. That's how Mike Brown was. Tonight he was just kind of just like in a daze. Like,
what do you say?
I don't know what to do. I don't know because everybody was getting off. We got it done as a team. There wasn't one single adjustment defensively he could have made in this game that would have put a dent into anything. Because everybody was doing it. We don't have just one head of a snake. We got Kate, he's our leader, but we got so many guys. Dennis Jenkins leading scorer tonight. So many guys can hurt you. Yeah. So it makes it hard as a coach to know even which direction to go in to start making adjustments because you adjust here, there's still 4 or 5 other options that we can still throw at you. So that's the difference between us and most teams right there.
And that's just pretty funny because it's like one of my favorite comebacks when I, have to shit talk with Knicks fans. It's just like, oh, well, I mean, good luck in have fun making it to the second round. Good luck in your second round exit. Like this is a team that people have been talking up for years and they have no finals. And again, I mean,
it's the 70s.
We're building it up too, and we don't know how far we'll go, but at least we're improving. I think, I mean, we have seen it before in the 2000s when we were making it to the Eastern Conference Finals and not beyond for like 5 years in a row, and you're just like, oh my God, this is after that. Eventually, by like year 3 or 4, you're like, this is the year, and then 5, you're just like, I don't know, to say anymore. And that's just kind of where they're at. So
Yeah. Kurt says, where are the frauds from yesterday? Show yourselves. Everybody who was overreacting, the sky is falling. I need y'all to show yourselves. Can't get hung up on one game at all. Let's get a few more comments, boss. Any knowledge on how serious Duran's nothing yet as far as how serious his injury is. It is, to me, is significant because he didn't play tonight in a big game, right? National TV. He's an all-star. That publicity probably would have been good for him to kind of continue that momentum on and all that stuff. But it just tells me it was significant for him to sit out this game. It wasn't like they were, just being precautionary yesterday and let him sit out the rest of that game and get him ready for it. It wasn't even that. He didn't play tonight. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, maybe it's a little more serious. So we'll keep an eye on that and we'll let you guys know if we hear anything else on that. Go ahead, boss.
And I do, I agree with that. I do just want to address this real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all got to start throwing in the StreamYard links so you can tap in. So guys, we are planning something for the All-Star a break. We're just getting some details together, but we do want to do a fan stream soon. And we will let you guys know how to get in contact with us because we just want to get as many people as possible. We'll have a time, figure out time slots, time limits, all those things. But that is coming because we do want to hear your thoughts, guys, on All-Star, on trades, on how the team's doing. So that will be coming soon. So thank you for bringing that up. I just wanted to address that.
Real estate and everybody else, make sure you guys either leave a comment after this video as the stream is over or DM us on Twitter or Instagram if you guys would like to be a part of that. Because we wouldn't have as many people on as possible, especially you guys who've been supporting us in the chat and stuff like that. It'd be nice to put a face, to the name. And so you guys let us know on any platform you want. Just let us know if you guys would like to be a part of that. And we'll make sure we get you down for sure. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, let us know if you want to come on and then what you want to talk about, just so we can format the video to make it as smooth as possible and get as many topics and people on. Right. And we'll remind you guys, once we have more, once we settle on when we want to do it, how we want to do it, we'll give you guys more heads up to reach out to us to make sure that you get the opportunity to. So
facts. Appreciate that. Yes. Let's get the quick super chat, boss. And then we'll keep it moving on to our next box score player, which is Sar Thompson. It's coming up. Fargon, appreciate you, bro. Says, hey guys, never heard you guys collectively about the trade deadline outcome feeling. So we talked about this on our last show. But we'll talk about it for a minute here briefly. Just shout out to you. Basically, and Boston and I talked about this earlier. To me, I could be wrong, but to me, it feels like with the fact that we're going to have to pay some guys in the future, like JD, who's probably going to command 35, 40 million. And we got to start the year after that. We want to keep this core as much as we can intact. We know you can't keep everybody. I would have liked to have been able to keep Jaden at least for the rest of the season. But to me, just based on what Trajan Langdon was saying today, he was saying things like, Kevin Huerter's a great system guy. He knows his role. You know what to expect from him. He's a good secondary playmaker, good shooter. To me, I just think that Jaden Ivey is going to command some money. I'm not sure how much he's going to command, going into next season or things like that. His cap hold or his qualifying offer. But I personally feel that at that spot that Trajan Langdon and Coach Bickerstaff are looking for, I don't want to say a bit player, but somebody who has a defined role, somebody who doesn't have a ton of different gifts, but one or two or three things that are really good that can help this starting five or that can help the bench unit. Kind of like Duncan Robinson. We know Duncan Robinson isn't a freak athlete. He doesn't have a crazy handle. He doesn't have all these different gifts, right? But we know he's a very good shooter. He's a very good mover, right? He's a floor spreader, things like that. So I think that's kind of the thing they're looking for with a guy like Kevin Huerter coming off the bench, who may not be as expensive, right? Because it's like with Jaden Ivey, he can do a lot, but he wouldn't be required to do all those things with this team. And I think because of that, they didn't want to pay the money for that. That's what I think. That's why I think they went and got a Kevin Huerter who does a lot of the same things that Duncan Robinson does, right? He's a little bit shorter, plays a little better defense, but outside of that, they do a lot of the same things. They move without the basketball well, secondary playmaking off the catch, can spread the floor. So to me, that's why I think he did that. I think it was more so that kind of a move to let's see exactly what we need in this particular role and then be able to use our cap space based on that, as opposed to having a guy who has more of a skill set, but we won't really get to see that as often because we don't need that for this team and have to pay him more. That's what I personally think. So just from what he was saying. Any thoughts on that, boss?
Yeah, I'll just keep mine a little bit more condensed because as the days have gone on, I've kind of seen the bigger picture just based on what JB has said, Trajan has said, Ivy has said. I think it just was like Ivy, he wanted a bigger role in this team, which he had for the first 4 years. So that's obviously, you know, I could see why he wanted that. Maybe, you know, but there's really no one to bench for him. Duncan has been doing great as in our starting lineup, and Ji was just maybe ready to move on and for a fresh start. And that's what JB reiterated too, is like they wanted to give JI the fresh start. So I think we just brought in someone so that JI could also have that. And we just don't know. I think it's also a long-term run. His contract expires. Huerter's contract expires at the end of this year. So we can move him in the offseason, make other moves. And I see some comments too, like, who are they going to sit? We don't know. So we don't know who gets the minutes and stuff. But for now, it just kind of seems like a filler piece for an offseason move, which is what Trajan said he was going to do. He said there were not going to be any big moves. So I love Ivy. We'll miss Ivy. If you want to hear us talk about it more in depth, just refer to the last 2 lives, because we definitely got into it at the ends there. Eric Benson as well joined in on two lives ago too. So if you want to talk about that, but that's basically where I'm at now. And now I had my feelings out. I still have my hesitations, but you know, he's here, and we're going to support him. He's on our team.
Yeah. And he was pretty good tonight. So we'll get to him for sure. Yes. But Fargon, we appreciate you, bro. Definitely want to make sure we get all you guys in here. So we appreciate that super chat as well, man.
Yes.
All right, boss. Let's go ahead and keep it moving and go now to Asar Tasmanian, backbone of the defense, Thompson, guys. Tonight, Tasmanian Thompson finished with only 2 points, 1 for 3 shooting, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and 3 blocks for 5 stocks in 24 minutes. So we talk about guys being box score deceivers, and Asar Thompson was definitely that tonight. So what did you see from him? What stood out to you?
He also only had 1 personal foul. And again, this is a guy that was getting in trouble almost every game in the playoffs against Brunson. Fouled out once as well. So he just, you know, really showed out there. The blocks were incredible. It sucks because like I can recall them in my head, but I can't recall the details. And I usually have my notes, but it's hard to do notes with the live. But so just the presence, like his crazy, like the defense, like people said, like he just locked him down. And I can't wait to go watch more footage on it. It also seemed like he got his Defensive Player of the Month award tonight, I believe, before the game, which is just cool because he's just been playing with such confidence. And also, like 2 points on 1 for 3 is just fine to me. It wasn't like it was 2 points on 1 for 7, which of course, like it would still be okay with the defense he was playing. But that just also shows that his main priority out there was defense and just spacing and having 3 rebounds too is I mean, the 2 stocks, 2 steals and 3 blocks is just so good. I gotta look it up. Now he's like, now he's up to like 26, 27 in the last 5-6 games. That's
insane. We always talk about Stu in the DPOY conversation, and rightfully so. But the way Asar is playing right now, he has entered the chat as well. Like you don't see too many guys do the types of things he's doing to guys like Jamal Murray, multiple games, Jalen Brunson, multiple games. It's incredible stuff. You mentioned the 2 blocks. He had he absolutely erased 2 shots. The first one was a Landry Shamet 3-ball in the corner, which left the frame. Immediately, like the ball just disappeared. You didn't even see where it was just gone. I don't know what Shamet was thinking. I was like, bro, God, Shamet, what are you doing, bro? And then also the second one, I think he blocked Jalen Brunson at the rim with his elbow. Like he got so high in the air.
Forearm,
in the head, forearm, elbow, whatever. Like it reminded me of the play where he caught the oop from way up and his elbow was like at the rim. Like it reminded me of that. His vertical jump and athleticism was just stupid. But that was great. You could, for me, boss, like it looks like you mentioned the lack of fouls that he got tonight. He's been watching film. He's been watching film from last season guarding Brunson. Like you mentioned, the cheapy fouls. We talked about it last year, just, getting those fouls and picking up 94 feet, just fouls that you don't really need, like, just giving fouls away. We saw that often, him trying to pressure and drawing fouls, getting baited. It's not right. Exactly. He's on the court now. He's staying on the court. And that's a big part of defense, is just being available. But you can see that he's been watching. He probably watched the film extensively of him against him last year in the playoffs. Because you see now he had a couple steals where he would stick his hand in there, but he would quickly move it away. He's not getting baited into the same fouls. And he's playing physical, but he's laying off too. Like he's kind of finding that balancing act and towing the line of how to play Jalen Brunson specifically, because he made everything tough. You didn't see him getting baited on pump fakes and cheap fouls. Brunson was trying to get him, but Asar was just playing so much more disciplined and picking his spots on when to try to get the steal or the swipe. And he did a good job of getting more steals and fouls, right? When he was guarding him. So I just want to give credit to him for his growth defensively, not just in this matchup, but just in general. He's becoming more of a smarter defender. We know athletically he's got all the gifts. All of the gifts. And I think before in the past, I won't say he got a little bit arrogant, but he kind of knew that he was athletic enough to recover. So it's like, let me try to get something quick. And if I don't get it, I'll be able to recover. But now he's just playing more straight up. He's just taking advantage of it. He's not trying to go for the home run every time. He's not trying to get the steal or the block every time, which is he's still getting them. But he's more focused now on just getting the stops too. Forcing them into tough shots, forcing him into misses and things like that. Because it all can result in you getting out in transition, whether it's a steal, a block, or a stop, right? So he's just playing so much more disciplined. And tonight it really showed that his growth for sure.
And that's like, again, it goes to his confidence. And we've talked about it over these past few games. When he's not in his head, when he just plays his game, when he's just doing stuff, more comfortably, he just seems like, he's not second guessing. He seems much more secure in what his game is. And I did agree with a comment earlier too, that said like, even his ball handling tonight was good. Like
very true.
He didn't, he didn't have to handle the ball a lot tonight because he was either out there with LeVert or with Cade or with Jenkins. Like those guys, took precedent over him. But when he did bring it up, he did it well. And that's something we've also commended him on lately. Is like he's seeing the floor very well with the ball. He's not looking down. He's not looking hesitant. He's not picking the ball up too early. He's doing good things.
And he's not moving too quickly. Like we've talked about in the past, as far as like, slow down, Asar. You're already fast as it is. You're still going to be able to get by guys. We're not seeing him loosey-goosey with the ball. Just letting free opportunities in transition go because he's just moving too fast and bobbles the ball or turns it over or bounces off his foot or bounces it up to his armpit. Like none of that stuff is really happening anymore. So that's a very good point as far as his ball handling. I agree with that for sure. Yeah. Let's get to some quick comments. We have Tasmanian Thompson. Obviously, I like Hurricane Holland too. We're gonna get to Ron, but I like Hurricane Holland. So we're gonna get to him going forward. But yeah, Asar was great. As far as defensively, I thought he put on a masterclass defensively. It was a masterclass. Having a guard smart like Jalen Brunson, who's already a small guy, doesn't take a lot to knock him over, and he's already leaning into it, literally and figuratively, as far as with the fouls. It's tough. It's frustrating, but I thought he did about as good a job as you can ask for. We mentioned the Steph Currys of the world. We mentioned the Jamal Murray's of the world. Asar is out. He's very good at guarding a guy like Brunson too, because he's long and quick enough and fast enough to stay in front. And guys who are shorter, they struggle with that. They struggle with him. He's the prototypical guy that you want guarding guys like that. So excellent job. Excellent stuff, man. All right, guys. We will leave it there for him, and we will move on now, boss, to Uncle T, Tobias Harris. Tonight, guys, he had 15 points on 5 for 11 shooting overall, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, in 26 minutes. So solid game from Tobias. Boss, take off.
Yeah. I love the dial-up 3. It's my new favorite thing.
He just started doing that too, right?
Yeah, and the first couple of times he dialed it, and then the last time he's like, "I'll just take this," I loved it. He just looked like he was playing with such effort, and that he missed being in last game, and the game before he kind of struggled a little bit, like he wasn't getting his shot really. So tonight he did, and to be 3 of 6 from 3 also was just awesome. He was 2 of 2 in the first half because I remember checking the stats, and then he didn't really get his paint shot until later on. But I also think that he, did a good job staying in front of his defender too. We made it. He did have a couple of breaks, and we laughed about it because when he's on the break, he tends to dribble on the side, almost like you're gonna dribble it off your foot, or almost it looks like he's skipping when he's trying to run up the lob. It's
funny you said that, like he's almost like playing like he's in the post.
Yeah,
the ball right.
Like I said, like almost like he's really afraid to look down at the ball because he's told all his life not to look down when you dribble. Like he's just a little bit messy, but he did it regardless. So the 6 rebounds also is huge. I mean, this is a guy that he's the oldest guy on the team. He's Unk, and he had that one shot. I forgot who it was against, but where he just dribbled into everyone and 3 people closed on him and he just turned around and got it. Like he's just so reliable in the half court. And it's crazy that he played the most minutes. And I think it's because he was basically in when JB was starting to put more bench guys in, and he just didn't want to go straight up. Just like let the vet, make sure the vet, see how we can keep it under control with him out there, and then we'll let everybody else in. So, a really good game from Tobias tonight.
Tobias Harris over me. Yeah, he was great. He was great, man. It's nice to see him. I won't say right up into the sunset because, obviously he's in the second year of his deal. We don't know what's going to happen later, but it's just nice to see him still just kind of chugging along. Just kind of chugging along. Second half was great for him, man. It's nice to see him kind of get the swag going, like you mentioned. Like he's kind of doing his own thing, figuring out his own little sellies and stuff like that. He was very efficient, man. Just very efficient. I thought he did a pretty good job on the glass, right? Just help side defense, just finishing possessions. The Pistons finished possessions very, very well after the first quarter. First quarter, we saw 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, where they get additional shots. After that, it was one and done for the rest of the game. And I thought Tobias Harris did a good job of just trying to play big and just crash the glass. He only had 4 rebounds, or how many did he have? He had 6 rebounds. So he had 6 boards tonight. But he did a good job just crashing the glass. He understood the importance of one and done. The more we get one and done, the less offensive boards, opportunities they get, and the more we get a chance to go out on the other end and get in transition. So that was the biggest thing for me. He shot well, but his defense was solid. He was rotating well, and he was on that glass, man. He was fighting on that glass, fighting on the boards, and that was what really helped us to get out and get those easy buckets. So I liked what I saw from him a lot, more so on the defensive end than anything, for sure. I love it.
Was that a Butler?
All I got for him.
Yes, it was.
Was that a book? Yes, it was, bro. Yes, it was. Was that after they lost to the Raptors? Or I think it was during that series series when Kawhi hit that 3. I think it was during that series. I think Jimmy had a great game. And they're like, Tobias. No. It was after he got traded from Philly. I think when he went to Minnesota after that.
Yeah, I think so. Because they paid Tobias. Yeah.
That's what it was. He's like,
That's my favorite reference to use when we beat the Sixers, and Paul Reed now can say Andre Drummond over me.
Andre Drummond over me. I do like Dre, but I feel it. Yeah. Especially after
but people just I think Andre Drummond just it's more expensive than B-ball. So
for sure. For sure. All right, couple quick comments, guys. Yes, glad we didn't trade him. 100%. His veteran leadership is very important. Let's see. Rodney says Uncle T is a smaller. We talked about this. I referenced Corliss Williamson before, if you guys remember. Corliss is funny though. Corliss Williamson, exactly. Yeah, he's not the most athletic. He's a guy you can just dump it down to when the game slows down and get a shot. That's what Corliss Williamson used to do all the time, routinely against bigger, faster guys. He would do it against guys like Jermaine O'Neal, who was way bigger, guys like Kenyon Martin, who was way bigger. He just knew how to use his body. He had great footwork, and he's gonna get a shot off. And that's exactly what Uncle T does for this team. So that is a great reference, Rodney. We talked about that before. You are dead on, bro. 100%. And then also Marco Polo says Tobias getting a switch on a small and posting is fun basketball, especially when they're not flopping like Jalen Brunson was. Especially when that happened. But Jordan Clarkson, no chance. Jalen Brunson, no chance. Even guys like Mikal Bridges, no chance. You're just not big enough, bro. So that's what he does. We know we want to play fast as much as we can, and he does try to get out there without blowing a tire, right? Just pushing the basketball, the little side dribble, like you say. But when the game slows down, playoff basketball, which happens often, it's good to have a guy like him, a safety valve, who can just go and get you a bucket, much like Corliss Williamson did, like Sean or like Rodney mentioned. So good stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I agree. All right, guys, we will leave it there, man. Let's move on. Yeah, Corliss is hilarious, bro. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's go now to Stu. We're on Stu. Yeah, let's go to Isaiah Stewart. Big Stu, big dog. Tonight, guys, he had 15 points, 6 for 7 shooting overall, 1 for 2 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 boards, 2 turnovers, and 1 steal in 21 minutes. Boss, take off on Dog Pound Sr.
Look, 6 of 7, and the 1 miss was a 3.
Yeah.
He was getting what he wanted down there. He was getting what he wanted over Mitchell Robinson, who is a great defender. We saw that one. Yeah. That was B-ball. B-ball Paul had that Mitchell Robinson. But Stu, he was just unstoppable in the paint. Definitely a bounce back game, because we talked about how last night was basically his worst game of the season. And now he's back to, 15 points as a starter. He he gets more, obviously he gets more minutes as a starter, but I mean, tonight he was only 21. That's more of his, that's what he's used to coming off the bench. And he usually gets about 8 to 11 points off the bench. And tonight back up to 15. The threes, when he hit that three, that was nasty. I was just like, oh my God. Like I was like, no one could be stopped. The Knicks, again, that's zooming on Mike Brown. Like, well, if they can all do this, then who do we guard?
Who do we double? Exactly.
Like, who do we double if they can all do this?
Exactly. No
blocks, but yeah, big steal. A little bit of foul trouble, but that's Stu stuff. Before the game, I did see I think it was Blake Griffin that said he was saying that they were doing over-unders, of course, for the betting. He's just like over 9 scuffles between Robinson and Stu. And hey, Stu escaped clean. Clean. So
no tease.
Oh no, it was Reed and Robinson that got the double tease. But yeah, and a great show out for Stu. He looked energized. His switches were also really good. I mean, he was someone that he was defending on the perimeter. Great footwork. He would get back under the rim if he needed to. That's also kind of why his rebounds were a little bit low, closer to 3, because he was perimeter defending on some of these guys. I think Diawara is probably his assignment, and even though he had an atrocious 3 shot in the game, he's a big that can shoot as well. Yeah, great game from Beef Stew.
I agree. I don't really have much more than that. He had a nice dunk too.
Pick and
roll. He showed off his vert a little bit, right? That was nice to see. But yeah, he, like I mentioned earlier, his screening is great. Like his screening is incredible, man. Like he's one of the best screeners in the league. Not even just as far as with Duncan Robinson, but even with Cade, just giving him space. That was the beginning of last year. We were saying we wanted JD to kind of be able to replicate what Stu does as far as just being a wall. But he's already a wide guy. But when he sets, you're not gonna move him. Like you better go around that screen. You don't try to go through that screen. You're gonna find yourself in your butt. So he just does a great job just helping his guys, and then they reward him by getting him the basketball, and that's why he had that wide open lane for that dunk, right? Because they're expecting the shot. So he was great on both ends of the. I was hyped too, Devin. I'm sure you were there, so I can imagine how it was being there, seeing it. But he was great, man. Knocked down shots, covered up mistakes defensively. He was doing a lot of helping and then returning back to his man on time, showing out, and then getting back to his guy, not allowing enough time for the pass to get through between that transition of him showing out and getting, like, he just does all the little things amazing, bro. So it's just nice to have 2 DPOY candidates on our team. Insane stuff, man.
Yep. Yeah. I was just going to say too, just again, like with his screens, because every now and then he'll get hit with the offensive foul. Like he did one have one on Shamit today too. And it was technically a foul, but the reason, that's when you kind of notice them, but he's had screens every play. That's what he does.
Exactly.
So, and again, just to do that and then also hustle back and get, be ready at the rim for defense. I mean, it just takes a lot of energy. So,
yeah, he's always going to bring that. So, yeah, Stu did his thing, guys. All right, let's go to some reserves. Boston, keep this train moving.
Yeah, we got last.
It's a sheesh. How many guys played tonight? 6, 7, 8,
all of them.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 guys played tonight. And almost everybody scored. Everybody contributed. Put it that way.
Everybody at least was in one of the points, rebounds, or assists column.
Yeah. So let's start with Karis LeVert, boss.
Okay.
Karis LeVert. This has been a very polarizing topic, but I think you guys are gonna have some good stuff to say about him tonight. At least I hope so. Guys, tonight Karis LeVert finished with 8 points on 3 for 5 shooting overall, 2 or 3 from 3, 1 board, 6 assists, guys, which is second to only Cade, I believe, in this game. Second to only Cade in this game. And no turnovers. In 18 minutes. So, wow. Take off, Boston, what you saw from Karis LeVert.
Man, I wish I had more notes on him. I'm glad that his 3-ball started to hit today. He was 2 of 3. He also got some really nice middies. His footwork is crazy. And I know some people, if they don't like his game, they don't like the way he plays. It's a little bit too sporadic, a little bit too sketchy, But I made this point in the live, like that kind of offense just wears the defense out. It confuses them. Like, what do you do? Either your guy has to have amazing footwork to let you by, or someone has to come help. Like it's very hard to guard. So he found the shots he wanted. The assists were incredible. He had good lobs. He had good bounces. He had just good finds. Yeah, he was really fun to watch tonight. And his defense he didn't record any stocks, but he was disruptive.
Very
So I thought he had a steal, but I must just be thinking of getting in the passing lane, knocking out of bounds, something like that. But
deflections
this
too.
is his second game in a row, Devin, that he has played well. And I saw all the love that you guys gave him earlier. Well, not love, but no, you guys said you had no complaints. You know, he played nice. He played good.
That's fair. I think it's fair. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, you know, in those minutes when you are just like, you know, the ball handler, like 8 points and six assists is great. And then also no turnovers and then also great defense. So I really just loved it for LeVert. And we talked about it. Maybe, you know, it was a little bit of trade deadline stuff. Maybe he was dealing with vertigo longer than he thought he was and had to deal with that. But
very true.
You know, he's on this team now and he needs to solidify it. He might just, you know, be aware that he hasn't been playing his best. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's aware that, you know, he hasn't been contributing as much as he can because we've seen him on other teams. You know, it's why I was excited to acquire him when we did get him. So I really like what I'm seeing from him. And if this is how he plays consistently for the second half of the season, then that's huge for our team.
100%. Yeah. Claire says, like him or not, LeVert was impressive. He must be feeling good health-wise. Now, I want to say this too, guys, because we talked about it when he was out, when he had missed, you know, a few games with the illness. I was saying that normally, you know, you don't see guys out that long unless it's something out of the norm, right? And it appears like it was actually something out of the norm. It doesn't seem like he was on a trading block, right? So I just want to personally say that I'm glad he's feeling better. Right. That it wasn't anything outside of that. I wasn't trying to insinuate he was going to be traded. It was just abnormal to see that kind of thing, you know, for that long. So, but as we said, you know, sometimes special situations call for that. And he does look better, boss. Like just watching the last 2 games, he just looks spry. He just looks fresh. Like he had a different gear that he was hitting just with his movements. He was just moving. He was more twitchier. He was moving quicker. He was able to get separation when he would get to the rim. He did a really good job as a secondary playmaker, too. Yeah. And once again, he looks better with a point guard on the court. We say that we've always said that, right? The same thing we said about Jaden when he was here. The same thing applies to Caris LeVert. He's not a pure point guard. He's a combo guard who likes to score but can facilitate. So having another guy on the court with him who can do the same things is going to help him get set up. It's going to help him be able to make secondary plays off of the initial action that the point guard sets up. Right. So having Daniel Jenkins in the game really helped him. And I think he really benefited from that. And he showed what if we get this from him the rest of the year, I have no complaints. I said at the beginning of the season when we brought in him and Duncan, I thought he was the more important acquisition because of his dual ability to score and to be able to facilitate at times. So if we get this is what I was hoping to see from jump from him. Maybe not even fairly because he had just gotten here. He had to get used to everything. But this is what I was hoping to see from Caris LeVert right now. So if we get this for the rest of the season, I have nothing to say.
And there's a couple things because not only did he make it past deadline, but also maybe solidifying that Danis is getting a standard contract as well with us, and then you get more comfortable with your point guard because that's who he's going to be playing with. If you know Jenkins comes off for Cade and LeVert comes in for Dunk or whoever, it's just going to be super helpful. And again, we take it game by game, guys,
of course.
But consistency has been what people have been asking for from a lot of our players, but especially LeVert. And so now this is 2 games in a row that he has played well. We lost yesterday, but he facilitated.
He still played well.
He didn't make his threes, but he was assists. He had steals. Like no
turnovers.
He was so this is now 2 games in a row. So I'm with you guys. Like we need to see it more consistently. But like Deuce said, like I said earlier, like if this is how it is. You know, it's huge. It's him feeling comfortable with the team settling in. You know, maybe it took a little bit longer, and you know he was not playing back to backs for a while. He's been in and out with injuries, so hopefully he's gotten over that hump a little bit and feels a little bit more confident on the court. So again, really good game. Just a good game from him. Good show out. I would say one of the better of the season.
Absolutely
for him with us.
Absolutely, on both sides, because the defense was there too. He had some strips. He had some forcing Brunson and some tough shots. Like he did a lot of things in this game. PD coming in high and say, "Hey, F the Knicks." He just got here, like just in case nobody else.
I love
it. But the beauty, boss, is that he had a slow start to this year, and we were still running away with the East.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we were still just fine. That's the crazy part. So if we get him doing this every game or playing close to this level consistently, it's going to be problems. It's going to be problems because no other team in the league, and not very many, have the depth of a guy like a Karis LeVert when he's playing this way. Have the depth of a guy like Daniel Jenkins. We saw at the end of the game when the third stringers were in the game, the league continued to swell. That's when you see how much deeper our bench is than other teams. When the second stringers and the third stringers, when the Knicks are waving the white flag and JB's like, okay, we're gonna put our guys into, and those units get outplayed by ours like tremendously, like ridiculous. That's how you can see we're just deeper. We're just deeper than most teams. We have starters coming off our bench. The Knicks don't have starters coming off their bench. They have bench players coming off their bench, and most teams do. We just have the luxury of having that depth. So Karis is really, really good tonight, and I hope we get to see more of this. And I think we will, because we're going to see more of Daniel Jenkins for sure. Now going forward.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yep. That's all I got on him, man. Good game. All right, boss. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about that guy we just talked about, Daniel Jenkins.
Let's do it.
Daniel Jenkins, guys. Tonight he was the belt winner. Actually, let me pull up the poll. Let's pull up the poll and see what the update is real quick. Okay, so here's the latest results, boss, on who gets the belt. Daniel Jenkins has dropped all the way to 75%. He was at 90, but he's still running away with this. Rashard Thompson is at 15%, Isaiah Stewart's at 7%, and Paul Reed is at 3%. So Daniel Jenkins ran away with the poll tonight, boss. Not surprised by that. I thought he was a player of this game. I think he will get the belt, but let me know your thoughts, boss. What did you see tonight from Daniel Jenkins and what he brought off the bench?
I mean, again, just incredible. We talked a little bit about it with Coach Hart earlier. I mean, 18 points, our leading scorer. Yep. Only three assists, but hockey assists included for sure. 4 rebounds. He was aggressive. He got to the free throw line once on an one. He definitely should have gotten there more a couple times.
Yes.
We have 6. I mean, 64% shooting. By the way, we shot 53% as a team tonight. I want to say that.
43 from 3 too.
The Knicks shot 35%. So we were just really down. Yeah. 2 fouls, only 1 turnover, which I don't even remember it. It must have been early. Was that the early one?
That was when we got trapped in the corner. He got trapped in the corner.
Right. Yep, you're right.
That was the only. I was like, you got to get rid of that. But that was literally it.
Yeah. So nothing crazy. An offensive rebound. Just he had that buzzer beater at the half, right? Was it the half buzzer beater?
Yes. Second. Yep. At the end of the half.
Yeah. Just exciting stuff. He really just shows up and shows out. He was just a firehouse tonight. There was no stopping him. You expected to go in with him now. Just making all the right decisions. Like you said, just really good at whoever's out there. He had good assists to B-Ball Paul. He had good assists to LeVert. He just looked good. So I'm really excited. We should get the news this weekend. Trajan said in the press conference that they're gonna sign him to a standard this weekend. I kind of hope it is a 3-year long term. I wouldn't even be mad if that's what they negotiated. I'd be like, look, keep him here. Keep him here.
Absolutely.
But he just, again, when that happens, I'm celebrating. Like I'm popping champagne. Like I do want his jersey. Like
I'm getting one.
Detroit all over. And he just takes advantage of the moment. Incredible show out again, and just an incredible teammate. He just wows me constantly. And again, even though we knew me and you were tapped into him a little bit before others, before he made his Pistons debut, but he continues to just wow me. So yeah,
100%. 313 Kurt says Jenkins takes over his opportunities, man. Like that's what you got to do to keep your exactly, bro. It's not just about having the talent. It's about doing the work when it sometimes may not even seem like you're going to get the opportunity, because those are the times when it happens, when you're not expecting it. And every time this year, boss, every time he's been called upon, right, he has performed. We saw him. He was a big part of why when Cade went down, that little period, and Tobias went down during that 13-game winning streak, that we still had a winning streak. He was a big part of it. I mean, hitting the buzzer beater to tie the game against the Wizards, to send it to overtime and do damage, hitting the half-court buzzer beater against the Sixers, coming up big against the Bulls in late-game situations. And it's funny because that kind of thing would happen, and then he'd get 3-4 DMPs, and it's like, huh? We get it now because they were trying to save some of these games, right? They're trying to save it, but it was hard for him. But it's hard to go from playing that well, thinking, okay, I probably earned a little role, carved out a little bit of role, and then you go on the bench and you're getting DMPs. That can be frustrating. But then when you get called randomly again to play in the second half of a game when you're down and to be part of the charge to bring your team back, that only happens if you're just staying prepared.
Yep.
That only happens if you're staying ready. And that's something that Jeremy Hart, who was on earlier, guys, if you missed it, go back and check. That's what he said. They always stayed ready for the opportunity. That was one thing they were not going to do, is let the opportunity come and they don't grab it.
Yeah.
Right. So that just says a lot about his mentality and his work ethic, for sure. What's up? Report AD will not play really the rest of the year.
That's hilarious.
And now you guys understand why we did not want him here. All the AD talk, we should do this for Tobias and picks.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Thanks,
He's never
Devin.
shown he can consistently play.
Yeah.
He's never shown he can consistently play. Even the year they won in the bubble, they had time off, a lot of time off.
Well,
and he didn't have to play as much. Go ahead.
I saw a report earlier that he wasn't happy about going to the Wizards. He felt like he was being, so maybe he's also just kind of like, no, never mind.
Being
whatever.
a diva.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well,
terrible.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thank you for the breaking news.
But thanks for the update, bro. Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, I thought Dana's put on a masterclass tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, he outplayed Brunson. He outplayed Jalen Brunson. Dennis Jenkins could be a starter in this league.
Yeah.
He had Brunson looking silly. He had Brunson jumping in the air, biting on his pump fakes and knocking down shots over him. Just, man, this dude he has a chance to be scary good, boss. And I'm just glad that he is now being rewarded for it.
Yeah.
He's showing off all parts of his game. He's getting it done every way. He's getting it done defensively without fouling. He's setting the table. He's knocking down 3 balls. He just does it all for you. For you.
Someone did clarify too, and I knew this. I just was getting my hopes up. But since he turned down the 2-year minimum, he can only do the 1-year minimum. And then at the end of the year, he becomes a restricted free agent, and we're the ones that get first rights, and we're the ones that can pay him the most. So after once we extend him this year, then he can get paid in the summer, which again I think is another kind of decision that Trajan considered when he brought in a guy whose contract is expiring, because there's other people that could be paid. Like the Nuggets just signed their 2-way. It's kind of like a 2-way G League show. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of guys step up, and I personally feel like that's huge for the G League. Like
100%.
There's times where I'm like, man, I want to catch a Cruise game. Like I want to go see them play. So the Nuggets did that where they converted it. They got rid of someone for money to convert Spencer Jones this season, and then we'll see how it goes in the summer. But obviously, we're hoping, and that's why he turned on the 2-year minimum, because he can get more money by waiting for the summer to be signed.
Good point.
To a better one. So that's why he turned it down.
Good point. Yeah, and the Pistons are going to take care of him. Trajan Langdon confirmed today that he will be on this team over the weekend, likely Monday at the latest, and he will have a standard NBA contract, and he will be with us for the rest of the year. And I think he's going to be one of the most important players come playoff time. I really do. I think he's going to be huge for us come playoff time. So much like Dennis Schroeder was for us last year. So we'll see. Sure. But yeah, great game from Dennis Jenkins, man. He was incredible. Like he was pushing the pace. He was doing some stuff all on his own, grabbing a rebound, pushing, playing good defense, getting the stop first, then going and grabbing the rebound, pushing the ball coast to coast for N1. That was his first play. That was his first sequence in this game. Good defense, force a missed shot, grab the rebound, push the ball, go to the hoop, and 1 foul, finish through contact, like Coach Hart was just saying, finish it through contact. That was how this game started for him. Immediately. We always talk about boss guys coming in and immediately like making an impact right away. The Javonte Greens of the world, or Ron Howlands of the world.
Yeah.
Put Dennis Jenkins on that list.
Absolutely.
Because he's another guy that does that. And all 3 of those guys are part of the bench unit. So it's a lot to deal with for other benches who don't have that amount of talent that we have. So incredible stuff from Dennis Jenkins. Nothing new to us, boss. We've been seeing him do this for a while now. And now, thankfully, the rest of the world is starting to see it too on a national stage.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I got for him, boss. Let's keep it moving. Let's go on now to our newest acquisition on this team, Mr. Kevin. Don't hurt him, hurt her. Tonight, guys, Kevin Huerter finished with, what did he finish with? 8 points.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 8 points on 4 for 6 shooting overall. 0-2 from 3. That was the only thing. 1 assist, 1 turnover, and 1 steal in 8 minutes. That's a lot of work in 8 minutes. Go ahead, take off, boss, on Kevin Huerter.
The NBA has him with 1 block, too.
Really?
Yes.
ESPN does not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They don't. Just a steal on this end. So we'll see how it looks tomorrow, but go ahead.
But either way, So he still hasn't made a three for us, but he did get his first points as a Piston, and that felt really cool. And it was from B-Ball Paul. B-Ball Paul was out there. I could tell he wanted to make sure that Chaz scored. He wanted to make sure he was the facilitator for the young guys. He's like, hey, you never get this chance, because he knows what it's like, you know? And it was just really cool to see, because I'm, you know, obviously I love B-Ball Paul, but Herder, he came in, he had a bad bounce pass. Someone mentioned it way earlier, like he needs to lob, and he's going to learn that. We are more of a
Paul Reed, yeah.
have a low pass, but still learning, because even Paul Reed is not something that's enough for him to like study, you know, how he is in our rotation. But just great off-ball movement, great job staying in front of this defender. I'm glad, you know, I'm happy that he came in. Really, nobody, even in garbage time, let up on defense. The rotations were still really key. And yeah, just to score 8 points in 8 minutes. And again, he had an assist.
Yeah, that was a nice find for Chaz O'Neal in the corner, by the way.
Yes, it was really nice, and just looked very comfortable out there already with us. Of course, we're excited to see some freeze drain, but I think he's just 0 for 4 now in just 14 minutes total. But still putting up 8 points. And we had discussed it a little bit. I'm not sure how many of his shots are inside the perimeter, but inside the perimeter, he's at over 80% this year. So he is a good shooter. He's just trying to find his 3-point shot again. But again, like just like with Duncan, if it's not working at the 3, go in. And so I think the more confidence that he gets in that aspect, hopefully he can, you know, start to drain his threes again. And it's probably something that's been lingering over him for a while. He just kind of dropped off in Sacramento in the Bulls. So, but regardless, in the 8 minutes he was in, I really love his stat line. I'm excited that he got his first points. And yeah, only 1 foul as well. It's Super Morty Man knows that I love the foul. And that was the one where he grabbed the guy. Like, he was intentional. It was intentional foul. And which is just like, basically to me says, yeah, even in garbage time, you're not going to get an easy bucket on me. So I really liked it. Great, you know, entrance into the game. I'm glad we got to see him. And I think we don't, like we said earlier, we don't really know what his role will be, especially if LeVert keeps this up. Kind of stuff. We don't know when we'll see him. But to know that he comes out and it, you know, isn't a cone is good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought he was good. You know, he didn't play a ton of minutes. He showed some of the things he can do. Ray Stone made a good point. Everybody talks about his 31% from 3, but he is 62% from 2, career best.
Okay.
So if you can kind of combine that together, I wouldn't mind that. But I do think we will eventually see him start knocking down some shots. I know somebody was saying, you know, just he needs to knock down shots, and like, yeah, he will. I think he will, but it is okay to still cite it. It is still okay to make note of it, because one of the things that Trajan was saying when he brought him here was he liked the fact that he could spread the floor. So that is going to be important for him eventually to be able to start knocking down some shots consistently. I think that is a fair point. I don't think it's something to panic over now, over 2 games when he's still getting acclimated. One of the things he was saying in his post-game presser after the last game is that it's going to take time.
Yeah.
He said it's going to take time. He said, I'm not rushing anything. He said one thing he said is that I'm just trying to make sure I'm not getting in these guys' way and I'm making the game easier. He said, I'm just trying to get out the way, learn these guys, learn their spots, learn what their weaknesses, and just kind of fill in wherever I can, but not be overshadowing or doing anything out the way. I thought that was important. What up, Tom? I thought that was important to hear, though. Like, he understands it's going to take time. He's a vet. He's been around for a while. So he understands it's going to take time. But I think once he finds his role, if he's able to knock down shots, he can have a role on this team. I am still trying to figure out how the rotation is going to look with him and Karis LeVert, because, like you said, if Karis is doing this, because Karis defensively is one of the better defenders, I would say, on this team. Right?
Agreed.
When he's locked in, he's very solid defensively. He's not an Asar,
Hard
maybe
to
not
get
even a Ron, but he's very solid,
Yeah.
solid wing to have as your third guy, defending guy. So, like, I'm just curious to see, and we'll see more as time goes on. It may be a situational thing with the matchups, or maybe it's foul trouble, but I am curious to see how that plays out. But it's good to have another option that you can kind of go to, you know, when you need to, in Kevin Huerter. So we'll see. I do want to see better. I do want to see more shooting now. I do want to see that go up a little bit for sure.
Exactly. And that's like a 10-man rotation is what people expect, but it is nice to be able to have a 12, you know, and stuff. And we're not, it's not a rule. It's not a rule that you can only play, you know, 10 people in a game. It's just more for consistency and for that.
Yeah.
But if this team looks good, like they did tonight, where you can kind of throw anyone into it, then it's almost like an advantage the Pistons have, that they're just like, yeah, I can just we'll throw in 13 guys tonight and throw you off. I'm not saying that they will, but it's not something they're going to shorten the lineups, but not to the extent of like, we can't let this guy in ever sort of thing. So it will be interesting, but yeah, especially if he starts making those threes, I could see him coming off. But LeVert and him, the way he played tonight, and once he starts hitting his threes, those are just two consistent guys that, like you said, it could be situational. We can bring them in based on who's having the better game, even, so.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, the comments I'm seeing Kevin Solutions and PD have some discussion about his shooting. I think you guys are both right.
Yeah.
Right. I think you guys are both right. There's no need to panic. And I don't think anybody is panicking about his shooting. It's just, but it is true that if we're going to be a better team, he's going to have to knock him down. I think that's kind of all what's being said. I think we would all agree. Nobody wants to see him go 0 for 4 the rest of the year. Right. So we can't cite it, but we also can acknowledge that it's going to take some time, like he said, to get to that point. So we all want him to improve there. And I think with time he will. So I think it's important to at least make note of it and then just kind of see how it plays out the rest of the year. So Paul, put it back up here. What did Tom say? I watched the game with like 20 Korean Knicks fans. Oh, you're still alive, bro. I thank the Lord for that. It was awful quiet in there. That's hilarious. Oh man, that's funny, bro. That's funny. So were there any other Pistons fans? Like, where were you at? Where it was all these Knicks fans, bro? Was there any Pistons fans there with you? Like, let me know what the word is on that for sure.
I did see.
As always, Pound's gonna represent for sure.
Yeah, I saw he was with at least one friend in another Pistons jersey, but yeah, because I'm sure the Knicks are kind of like the Bulls. I'm sure the Knicks are also another big international team with international fans. So I mean, every team has international fans. I know the Bulls are because of Michael Jordan.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So a lot of people, but I can see the Knicks as well because of their stuff.
Bro, we need some more Pistons fans, bro. But we always know you're gonna rep. We know you're gonna rep wherever you at. So
Detroit versus everybody in every situation, huh?
Every situation, Tom. You already know what it is. We gotta have you on too when we have our show coming up soon, Tom. So we're gonna get you on that too. But yeah, I thought on Kevin Huerter. I thought he was okay. He's a guy who's gonna make the right play. He knows how to play the game. Yeah, made it to a wedding after that. I'm screaming.
That's what Devin says. Tom, aren't you at a wedding? I love it, Tom. Thanks for tapping in.
Tom is always committed, man. That's funny.
Congratulations to the happy couple.
Yeah. For sure. All right, boss. We can leave it there on what is that, Velvet? And move on now to let's go to Ron Holland. Let's go to Ron Holland this game, boss, and see what he did. Tonight, guys, Ron Holland finished with 5 points on 1 of 4 shooting overall, 0 for 3 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, 5 boards, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and 3 steals for Big Ron. I'm start calling him Big Ron going on. He ain't Little Ron no more. He Big Ron. In 21 minutes, boss. So go ahead and take off of what you saw from Big Ron tonight.
Yeah, they have him read 2 steals here again. I screenshotted yesterday, so now I got to go see who is more correct, ESPN or NBA. But Ron, again, just with the hustle, always. The rebounds, again. So
yeah,
Ron, B-Ball, and Tobias had the most rebounds tonight at 6 each. That's just crazy. The steals were good. I was like, honestly, looking for another square up between him and Clarkson. I thought that would have been funny. It's so funny when you get called for his
Ron has grown from that.
Every time I see, I know, maybe a little bit of a scuffle. Not a square up, but more of like a, he didn't have to tonight. We were up so much.
Chirping. Chirping. Yeah.
Yeah, we were up so much. There was no need. But he was 1 for 4, and the one he made was in the paint at the rim. The other ones were all missed threes, which usually we've talked about. Like especially when we're up, shoot them because he's trying to get used to that. But they were all bad today. Like the other ones, there were some in and outs. Like tonight, they were all bad, but it's okay. Even he was like, they zoomed in on him after, and he was like, "Well, that wasn't it."
Yeah.
But he did great on defense, great on boards. I love his face whenever he gets called for a foul that he doesn't agree with. His one foul, because he only had one personal foul, and he just looked at the ref like
the die-line face.
Yeah, it's so funny. Just like disbelief. So I got right behind. So Paul Reed had our highest plus minus at 32, and Ron had the second highest plus minus at 28. But yeah, just effort out there, mostly defense, just mostly again, he helped out when Asar was gone because Brunson played, more minutes than Asar did and Ron did. So one of them was always on him at certain
Right.
times. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, but was his one a dunk? Is that the
I think it was a
breakaway dunk?
layup. He had a layup.
Oh, but it was
layup
a
at the rim.
breakaway. He got in front of
Yep.
people. Yeah,
Yep.
okay, that's what it was. I was
Yep.
hoping for it because it was right after the Woo dunk, I believe.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, here comes another one. But it was a nice layup. He made the right choice. So Ron just continues to just, do his thing and stack the or stuff the box score.
Yeah.
So
Swiss
yeah.
Army knife for sure.
Yes.
Blackheart says Ron is going to be the next month Eastern defensive player. It's funny because Stu won and then Asar just won. Someone asked him, or maybe Natalie Kerwin asked him, so who do you think is, who should be the guy to win it next month for the Pistons? Because this is the first time Pistons have ever won back-to-back DPOM, right? And he said, who did he say? He said, well, I will bet on myself. He said, but if I couldn't bet on myself, he said maybe Cade. He said maybe Cade. So
okay.
I think
like
Cade
that.
could do it. I think Ron could definitely do it for sure. I
Yeah.
think he and Javonte Green are like top 5 of steals off the bench this year, right? Which is
Yep.
crazy to have 2 guys like that off your bench, which is crazy. But yeah, I thought he was pretty good. It's just the shooting, and I'm not gonna harp on that. Like obviously the shooting isn't there right now. I'm not concerned about it because the confidence is never wavering with him. He's always gonna have the confidence. He's always gonna shoot it. So I'm okay. Like as long as he continues to give us what he gives us defensively and creating offensive, opportunities as far as in transition, I'm okay with it, man. This shot will eventually come along. He's got good form. He's got good balance. Got good release. It's gonna come. It's just not there right now. So I'm not too concerned about that. I think once he hits that switch, though, and once he starts knocking those down consistently, it's gonna be a whole nother world of pain for defenses because now you're gonna have more transition threes that we can get. He's great getting to the rim, great touch around the rim. We know he wants to get downhill, but once he adds the other element to his game from the perimeter, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Absolutely. And again, like sometimes it was only 3 games ago that he went 50% from the 3 at 2 for 4.
Good
like
point.
he's just figuring it out. And especially when you're up this much and when you're alone in the corner, why not?
Yeah, it's up and down right now. Once he starts to level out with his shooting, whole different ball game. Ball game. So all right, boss. We'll leave it there on him. And we will go to Javonte Savage. Can you woo Green? Guys, so tonight, guys, Javonte Green finished with 8 points on 3 for 3 overall, 2 from 3. He did not miss a shot. 3 boards, 2 steals in 14 minutes. There he is. He's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Woo is back.
Chris, we need your Mr.
Yes, what is it? Mr. What tonight? Let us know. Mr. ...
But yeah, so he was 3 for 3. He had a dunk and then two threes, like just delivered. As per usual, the defense was there. He once again had a game with no personal fouls. It's like 3 in a row now.
Yeah.
His minutes seem to be getting not too much shorter. Like he was playing closer to 17, 18. Now he's been more of like the 12 to 14 range. But again, we're just kind of figuring things out. And it was more of like we didn't really need him on those. Like he was in for those minutes, but we never had felt the need to be like, we need more defense out there because everybody did their part. So he's just forever one of my favorites. I love that the NBA, we saw his kiddo on his lap towards the end, and I love the NBA made a post about it. Knox,
Yep.
I think that's his name. I think it's his name, but I'm not going to accept. But the NBA made a post about him. They said the newest member of the Pistons. Someone just sent me a meme actually where they put Brunson's face on the baby. I'll send it to you.
Wow.
But I know of him sitting there. So just like another fantastic show up from Wu. Again, he's the most consistent player on this team. Most consistent player.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, he embodies Detroit basketball. I told you I'm trustworthy, coach.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Chris. We got to get that every time Wu goes off.
Absolutely.
Mr. got you covered. See, it's funny. Chris is kind of changing the culture here. I kind of like it. Like everybody's starting to kind of chime in with their own little quotes. I like it.
He said, "You mean Brunson?" Who did I say? The meme. I don't know if I did it right.
I thought it wasn't Brunson. It was somebody else.
It is Brunson. It is. I thought maybe I misspoke, but like it has a picture of Brunson on the kid. That's why Devin's the one. I think it was in our chat, so he's seen the meme too. So when I said he had his kid on his lap, Devin's saying, "You mean Brunson?" So yeah.
A couple quick comments I want to get to. Mike Brown said in the presser once JB got hired, he knew the Pistons were going to be elite, And Mike Brown also said the Pistons are set up for a long time and will go on long runs. Yep, that's because we're being set up for the future, not just this year, like a lot of people want to do. But I totally agree with that. A few more comments. Kevin says, Wu has to be up there for most underpaid reserve in the league. I think he is. We've been saying that for what, months now, boss? Like, as far as value, like not the actual contract, but as far as value with what you're getting based on the contract, 100%. Like, Trajan Langdon deserves credit again. He's been striking gold with a lot of these contracts, right? Between guys like Javonte Green, last year Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, Dennis Jenkins. Like, the work that he's done to bring in some of these guys at great value is what allows us to have that depth, because we're not overpaying guys, right? And that's the key. So I definitely agree with that sentiment for sure. So
I agree with that.
Anything else you got on that? I got hope Detroit becomes. Oh, it's going to be, bro. I don't think they're going to let him go. Like, guys who embody. I think Kenyatta said it earlier. We're saying the same thing about all these guys. They play great defense. Like, these guys embody what we want to be. Yeah. Like, you don't let a guy like Savage Wu go. You don't let him go. You don't let a Dennis Jenkins go. You just don't let those guys go. So hype, Deuce and Boss. Let's go. Yes, sir. You know it, bro.
Tom's at the game at the wedding telling everybody about the route that the Pistons had on the Knicks tonight. Tom's feeling good. You're getting me hyped again, Tom. You're getting me hyped again.
Real quick, this is why I don't want him, because I can't ever imagine being able to say he played great defense tonight. Like, it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. Offensively is great, but defensively is. You can say he might buy into the cult. Nah, bro. I'm straight. I'm not trying to spend that much money on somebody who I have to convince to play defense. No, thank you. If it starts on that end and then you get offense, maybe, but not the other way around. Anyway, we'll leave it there on Javonte Green. But I thought he was great. Knockdown shooter, didn't miss a shot. He just has a nose for the basketball, boss. It seems like every game he's getting his hand on the ball, knocking it up in the air or picking off a pass. Like, he just has a nose for the basketball. He's got great instincts. Great instincts defensively. It doesn't even make sense. It's like you can't even teach it. He just has a feel defensively, and it's hard to scout that. It's hard to scout that. Go ahead.
My favorite moment was when it Jenkins that made the two. He made the two Knicks guys run into each other.
Yeah.
And he made them run into each other, and Wu gets off the bench. She's pointing at them like.
Yeah, I love it.
You guys just hit each other. It's so funny. So,
I got you all in check. Savannah's hilarious.
I love it.
Oh man, last one, Fat.
It was Karras. Yeah, it was Karras. That's who.
Martin Lawrence used to kill me to whoa on his sitcom back in the day, and it was based in Detroit, bro. Yes, it was. Martin, based in Detroit. Shout out to Martin, man, for sure. But yeah, it was Karras for sure that you were talking about. Heisenberg said, I love Javonte. Not pining for MPJ in the Pistons uniform at all. Because of that, yes, we win with defense. Y'all get it, man. Y'all get it. All right, so we'll leave it there, boss. Great game again, per usual. Looked like the guy we've seen all year. Another guy who I think is going to be very important in the playoffs. Going to be finishing some games, even if he doesn't start them, like we talked about. So great stuff from Savage Wu, man. Great stuff. All right. Let's keep it moving, boss. We haven't really said a lot of negative stuff about anybody tonight. Like, that's how good this game was. It's not really much to say.
I'm saying they all put in effort. That's what we said. I was like, there was basically when there were mistakes, they were few and far between.
Right, exactly. It wasn't enough to even really talk about because it wasn't really impactful when it was happening. I agree with that for sure.
A game of odds almost. It's like, well, yeah. Taking a game.
Like, okay, it happens. Yeah. All right, boss. Let's keep it moving. Let's go now to B-Ball Paul. Tonight, guys, Paul Reed finished with 12 points on 4 for 8 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, 1 steal, and a block for 2 stocks in 27 minutes, boss. That is a number we don't see too often with Paul Reed, but I'm not mad at it. Take off on what you saw from one of your favorite players in this team.
Yeah, again, 4 of 8 from shooting is great, 50%. Yeah. 1 steal, 1 block, just stacked it again. And when he had that block. The block was at the end of the first, I think, because it was the end of the first when I was like, I don't want to give them the ball back. With 4 seconds left because we didn't make it and we could have held it, whatever. And he just blocked it on Brunson and I loved it. The basket on Mitchell when he was stuck in the corner with Mitchell Robinson, who is an underrated defender. Like he he's known for his rebounds, but he's great at defense too. He just doesn't move very quickly, but yeah, so B-ball just blew right past him, right to the rim. It was so nice.
Yep.
He had the one like reverse where he tried to reverse it and was getting, again, Mitchell Robinson could not guard it. He was getting grabbed from behind, so he just had to throw it up. He ended up at the free throw line, made all of his free throws. I'm fit him shoot 1,000 free throws.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a rebound magnet. I mean, chases them down, gets them out. He's just everywhere. And we saw one play where he let a basket in at one end and then made a basket on the other end because he's just hustling. Like where did he come from? And you don't even see him. I don't even see him running up there. And I love that he made his first three. I love a B-ball three. It's just like the craziest shot. And one of his threes was pretty forced, and then the other one just like went in and out. But he looked good from there, and he was getting his shots, finding what he wanted. Just loved the effort from him tonight. And again, I was just super appreciative of him getting everyone else involved in garbage time. Like he wanted to make sure that like Chaz got the ball, even Sass, even though Sass wasn't able to make a basket tonight. Like he was finding people. And Herter, he was the Paul Reed was the assist to Kevin Herter's first basket in a Pistons uniform. And it was nice. And Herter snuck behind the defense to get it. So it was just a nice look overall. I just love the Paul Reed minutes and always want more. Our third leading scorer tonight, because it was 18 by Jenkins, Stu and Tobias had 15 each, and then Reed had 12. He had more points than Cade Cunningham.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And more minutes too. I ain't mad at that either, but it's kind of game. That means your guys are playing out very well. Let's get some quick comments. Real Estate says, what up, though? Are y'all going to have? Yeah, King is going to be back. Yeah, for sure. We had King and Eric on a couple weeks ago. We did a show together, collab show. It was a great show. Had a lot of fun. We're going to do another one of those soon. So yeah, King, that's the homie. That's big bro right there. We a few months apart, but he's still big bro, literally. So I call him Lee bro.
Yeah.
But a few more comments. Abraham says, we have the best big man rotation in the league. Yes, we
agree.
do. He embodies this team. Yes, he does. Agree, give Reed some of Stu's minutes so Stu's needs aren't shot by the playoffs. I would not be mad at that at all. If we're able to sew up first place toward the end of the season, 6-7 games left, I'm balancing the act of keeping the starters fresh, but allowing those guys to rest. And I think Mausher makes a great point. At that point in the season, if we were ahead and it's sewed up, let them go. Let the bench guys get minutes. Let them guys get into a lather so come playoff time, when the numbers called, they're even more ready to go. So I think that's a great point. Mausher Hausenberg says, B-Ball Paul, another one of them guys that never disappoints out there. I love when he hits a 3-2 with that weird looking shot. It goes in. Don't look like it's going to go in.
I love it.
But it goes in. And then Kevin says, tough, workman-like effort, surprisingly skilled. He got Mitchell Robinson a few times, who happens to be a very good defender. That up and under was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
That up and under was beautiful. Mitchell Robinson was struggling to stay with him, and he's our starting big. And Paul Reed is our third big. Once again, we have guys on this team that can start elsewhere. So it's crazy when you see our bench guys doing that, the boss. When you see B-Ball Paul blowing by Mitchell Robinson and getting an and one, when you see Dennis Jenkins making Brunson look silly, our bench guys making their stars look silly, it just shows how deep you are.
Technically, Mitchell Robinson is their second big behind Cat, but we didn't have Duran.
Don't they start together?
No.
They started together last year in the playoffs, didn't they?
Maybe. So I guess they roll with the big, but this year they haven't been. But they also got rid of Yabusele, who went to the Bulls. So that's what I was wondering. So they had Hawk Porty, and Hawk Porty was their big.
He's been their starting big for years when he's been healthy. Maybe not this year, but he's been their starting big man for a while.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just the point is just that we have guys on our bench who can match their starters.
Yeah.
So and they know it too. So I thought he was great. I thought he was like he's just a ball of energy. He's a ball of energy, man. He gets it done on both sides. He's really hard on himself too. Whenever he makes the smallest mistake, like he just wants. He just wants to make the right play every single time. PD says, Paul Reed, like Andre Drummond over me.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I love this too. The block he had on Brunson at the end of the half. Like, don't give him no momentum shots at the end of the half to let him get back into it, to cut into nope. And he came over at the last second. He knew how much time was on the clock, so he knew the pass wasn't going to be there. He knew Brunson had to go up with the shot. He came over, Get that out of
It
here,
was
bro.
the end of the first because
Great stuff.
Jenkins' buzzer beater was the end of the half.
I thought it came after that though. I thought it came after the buzzer beater shot, after the shot that Jenkins hit. I thought they
Oh
inbound. He inbounded it. He got it up court. And he tried to
no,
respond, didn't he?
no, because we only had like 10 seconds on the clock, which is why I was upset. I was like, why are we giving them the possession back? We should have just ran the clock. Like, no, it was not the same lineup. Those are
It
different
wasn't.
times.
Okay.
No, because
Okay.
we ran out of time. Like we had enough time to end it without giving them the possession again, but we ended up turning it over or something, and they got the ball back with 4.5
Okay.
seconds. Yeah.
Okay. So that was to end the half. The block was,
I think the block
or
was
was it
the
the first
end
quarter?
of the first.
First quarter.
It's one or the other. So
Okay.
I don't remember which is
Either
which,
way,
but
yeah. Either way, like he was not going to allow them to end that quarter,
yeah.
right, with a made shot and to get some momentum and have some hope. And he was like, nah. And I think his awareness defensively, just knowing the shot clock and knowing the pass wasn't available, right? He knew he had to shoot the ball. So let me come help. Let me come help Asar. Get that out of here. That was great. So good stuff, man. Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible, man. And it's I just really hope we eventually do see Stu and JD together so we can get more of this. We have not seen a Paul Reed this year. We have not. Like, we need to see more of this dude. Chris says we need to start our double. There we go.
Exactly.
Gotta start our double big so B-Ball Paul can get the minutes. He sound like me, bro. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, boss, for finding that.
Yeah.
So yeah, great game from Paul Reed. Great defense, great energy, great effort. Yeah, I love it. All good things for him. So all right, boss. We got a few more guys we got to get to. Let's get to Sass first. I know he didn't play a lot tonight, but let's get to him first. Marcus Sasser. Tonight, guys, Sass finished with, he didn't score, no points, missed both of his shots, missed his only 3-pointer. He did have 2 assists. He also had 2 turnovers and 10 minutes. So not really much there for Sass. What'd you see?
No. One of his shots. So he missed the 3, and then the one in the paint was definitely a foul. They just weren't calling it because it was like garbage minutes. Because I remember being like, "Come on," because I wanted him to get those shots. But yeah, I mean, not a huge impact. I was just hoping he would score, but especially when he was in garbage time later on, because we saw him a little bit earlier, and then we saw him in garbage time with these guys. They were just, that was when kind of Chaz Lanier and Kevin Huerter took over for us. So
yeah,
like the stat, like he was there. He didn't do anything. It says 2 turnovers, which I'm surprised by. I don't recall those, but. I do recall one bad pass, but one of the passes was tipped to a Knicks player. So, just, things that, maybe would have been detrimental if it mattered, but I'm just happy to see him out there.
Yeah. By the way, Chris said the block was second quarter and the shot was was first quarter. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up, bro. So I'm glad he didn't let them in that half with that shot. Right. Like, nah, bro, y'all not going into the break with no momentum, bro. Nope.
Yeah.
I loved it. But yeah, I thought Stats was cool. He didn't have a great shooting night. I don't care. Like, when he was in there, he was just trying to do his thing. Just didn't fall. No big deal. I'm not tripping at all. No, nothing to really say. I do like the 2 assists too. 2 turnovers, it's in garbage time. You still want to encourage, taking care of the ball, not giving up cheapy. So, but once again, 10 minutes. He usually is money when he plays. So I'm not mad at that.
Exactly.
So, all right. And then lastly, boss, we will go to Splash Lanier.
Hey,
Chaz Lanier. Swaggy.
Not lastly.
Oh, second to last. I know you want to get to one down more. Okay, I got you. Let's get to Chaz Lanier first.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know, right? Tonight, guys, Chaz Lanier had 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers in 6 minutes. 6 minutes, boss. So what did you see from Chaz Lanier in the whopping 6 minutes that he had tonight?
He was 3 of 3. He just missed his last one, but the release time is stupid fast.
Oh my God.
It is just insane. And I was just so happy to see him go through, because he had one where he got the corner 3, and then he got he dribbled in to find his own shot in the mid-range, and then he got passed to in the paint and got it, and then he missed a 3. But I was like, okay, Chaz. He did good about staying in front of his guy, 2 rebounds as well, and an assist. Like, he got the points, rebound, assist spread there. Like, he was so fun. And then that's only in just 6 minutes. And it was garbage time, but their guys were out there too. Like, it made me want more. It's just so crazy that we have such good players. Because I remember, there were players that we used to have on our team that I was like, I don't want to see them even when they get garbage time. Like, I'm just like, I don't.
Right. It's like, it's not going to go well.
Right. I'm like, we're not gonna do, but like our guys consistently show us that we want to see more. So just a great way to take advantage of the moment. I'm so happy it happened on the national stage for him to get those minutes and make those shots. I mean, the release was just nuts. So I hope we see more of him, but I don't.
Yeah.
We have to have more blowouts like this, I think, because how do you do that rotation? And again, this is huge for. This is just huge for depth if needed, injuries if needed, rest time if needed. Like I think we'll definitely see him towards, especially if we continue on the trend we're taking him. We'll definitely see him towards the end of the regular season when we want to rest some of our guys and not give them so many minutes. So, yeah, and he's a reason. Just like Jenkins, just like Moore, just like Tolu, like he's the reason. I'm like a cruise game sounds great. You know, I want to go back
Listen,
to play.
I was just at a cruise game like 2 weeks ago. I got a chance to catch up with my dog Tolu Smith, but Chaz went off. He had like 20 and close to 10. Like he just 20 10 assists. Like he just, and it looked easy for him. It looked easy. I don't think it's gonna be long until is getting consistent minutes in this particular. I'm seeing a lot of comments saying he needs more minutes. He needs more minutes. Yeah, like go to cruise games, guys, if you can. Hit up a cruise game. You'll see guys like Tolu Smith, Wendell Moore, Chaz Lanier, all these guys just doing work. Just doing work, man. So it's nice to see it translating for these guys now at the NBA level. Even though it's garbage minutes, it's still nice to see that. I want to get to some quick comments, and I'll come back to you, boss.
Okay.
Let's see. So Chaz comment. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So a blast from Chaz. He reminds me of my hometown guy, Allen Houston. Allen Houston was a bucket, guys. That boy could shoot the basketball. We didn't see him for too long here in Detroit. He didn't get, Tennessee. He's a Tennessee Volunteer too, just like Chaz. Exactly.
And he'll buy it.
100%. That's why they look so polished coming out of college.
Yeah.
You know, like Allen Houston was a sniper from long range. He could score the ball too. He wasn't just a shooter. He could score. He was a natural scorer. So I think that's a great comparison. Similar size, 6'5", 6'6", right? So I think that's a great comparison for sure.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Heisenberg says when he works his way into the lineup, it's gonna be deadly. So where do you guys? It's man,
Okay.
it's.
Can I make a comment on
Go
it?
ahead. Do your thing.
I just want to make a comment on it because this is what I was going to say before, because it reminded me of a conversation me and you had the other day of like, if we do go for someone like Trey Murphy and we have to give up picks and stuff.
Yeah.
The plus side of having to give up picks is that we are developing guys already. Like we have such young talent that like it's okay if I don't have a second round 2 years from now because we have Chaz Lanier. We have guys in our cruise team. Like we're just developing so much as an organization overall. Like the cruise is the G League team to our team, but they practice together. These guys, we've seen multiple G Leaguers for us step up in the moment. Jenkins, Wendell Moore, Chaz, Tolu. You know, so it to know that we have these guys, and I do think that he will make his way in out of the G League earlier. Mm-hmm. But again, it's just like we don't have to pay 3 guys a ton of money, and then like hope for the best. We're building up so much that like contracts are going to be a little bit simpler. You know, we get to take our time with some things. We get to give them, you know, time in the NBA and then figure out like, it's just working so nicely that we have such young talent that's developing and that will hopefully continue to develop, because again, like you don't know what the lineup's going to look like. You hope that a lot of these guys stay with us because they're stars. And so having that advantage of like growing within the organization, building a repertoire with these guys, you know, being kind of the first ones to get to see this and the first ones to offer them their contracts is just huge. To
build with them.
Yes.
The relationships are already there. No, that's a great point too, because draft picks are important. We've got guys we're already developing from a lot of these. We got guys in the pipeline, and it seems like Trajan Langdon always wants to have guys in the pipeline. He wants to keep the cycle going. So we always have a great team, always have guys behind them, always have assets, always have optionality to be able to make an adjust if something happens.
Yes.
Right, to make an adjustment if something happens, and just to have the wealth of assets that we have. A few more comments, guys, and we'll keep it going. Let's see on Chaz, and let's see. Heisenberg says Houston and Hunter came to us in the same draft. Allen Houston and Lindsey Hunter. That's very true. Yep. Chaz is more like John Long, Terry Mills' uncle. Terry Mills is also a sniper as well, for sure. Kevin says Chaz Lanier's height is listed at 6'3" on the official NBA profile on ESPN, though his college roster listed him as 6. Yeah, he's not. He's taller than 6'3". I've seen him up close. He's tall. He's not 6'3", bro.
Yeah.
Chauncey was 6'3". Like he's
Yeah.
not. He's not 6'3". Dennis Jenkins is more like 6'3".
Yeah.
He ain't no 6'3", bro. He's taller than that. Let's see. I was sad when Houston left and went to New York. So was that. They offered him more money. Kind of got lowballed by the Pistons. I ain't gonna lie, right? But the Knicks offered him more. He said, "Say less," and that was that. We got 14 second-round picks. We can get off some of them. We got a ton of assets. Ton of assets, man. That's once again shout out to Trajan Langdon for setting us up for the future.
Yes.
Yep, Chaz 6'5", 6'5", 6'4" at the least.
We'll split it. We'll split the difference.
Yeah, we'll go 6'4". Yeah, I'm with that. But great defender as well. Really good defender as well. So really, he's gonna be good, man. He had a personal 5-0 run in like a minute in the fourth quarter.
That was awesome.
On his own. Not down to 3 and then got to his mini game. He could just do it everywhere. 3-level scorer, good defender, knows how to play the game at the NBA level already. He's just really good. He's just really good. And he's ready already. So once he gets more reps, boss, and just gets comfortable, I see a Klay Thompson light. Not saying he's going to be Klay Thompson, but I can see him getting 20, 30 points in a game off the bench if he gets hot. Like I see him.
It's just not. I mean, he can catch it up here and shoot. It's just
let it go, 100%. And we got guys like K giving the ball, Dennis giving the ball. He's gonna have a plethora of open shots to knock it down. Absolutely. 7-foot wingspan too, says Crud. I didn't know that. Interesting. Wow. So yeah, we're in good shape. Is the bottom line. So we'll leave it there, boss. And now we will get to our last guy officially of the night, which is Wendell Moore, guys. So tonight, Wendell Moore, guys, played 6 minutes. He didn't score. He got a block. Yeah. That was his only highlight in this game. But what did you see tonight from Wendell?
And a rebound. I don't know if they have that.
Get a board. It don't show a board for me here for him.
Yeah, it says he has a rebound and a block. The block was nice. That's when the bench was up and cheering.
That was nice.
Again, I was hoping that but last game he was in too. We saw him before we saw Chaz. He had 4 points and 1 rebound and 1 assist. Like he spread it over. So, and he's been with us. You know, he was with us. Then he left. Then we brought him back. So I think he knows our scheme and what is expected. Yep. Exactly. For sure. So he goes out there and plays with heart as well. Like it's just exciting to see him. It's just, again, these are just guys that I'm just like, man, all of you could be like Wendell. Like, I don't know if I'd call Wendell a starter, but he could be a
rotation guy for
player.
Sure.
Yeah, on another team
for sure.
Like, and so it's like I feel greedy with all these guys. I feel so grateful and lucky that we get to see these guys, and another big reason that they're just going to be. I think they're going to, no matter where they end up, whether it's with us or if they go elsewhere, they're going to play well in the NBA because of the coaching staff, because of the teammates that they have now, because of things that are developing. Like the fact that they get to develop here is amazing. And because I remember last year I talked about the past couple of years actually with Thibodeau not playing anybody other than his starters, basically majority of the game. I felt bad for any rookies drafted there. I felt bad for anyone there. And we're seeing that now. We're seeing the cause and effect of not developing your guys over time.
Right.
Is that you're going to have guys that need development now when they've been on your team for a couple of years, but they've been riding the bench the whole time. And so now our guys that are even our new guys like Chaz and Jenkins, that they're new to us this year, but they've already are so developed because of the opportunities that they've had already, and because of the culture, and because of they're just the whole dynamic of it. It's awesome. I'm excited for these kids. You know,
I am too, man. One quick thing on for Chris. He wasn't drafted by us. He was traded to us. I think Stackhouse is part of that Eric Montross and Theo Ratliff deal. Right, but I do think it was kind of crowded in that situation. Yeah, for sure. So that's a good call for sure. But yeah, like I think Wendell's solid. He's one of those guys, like he's not gonna play a ton, but he can just come in and exactly. He can not play 3 or 4 or 5 games, and when he's called upon, foul trouble, whatever, need a defensive stop, he can come in and just give you what you need. Not gonna be doing a bunch of crazy stuff. It's not gonna be always looking like it's eye-popping or highlight reels, but he just comes in and gets the job done.
He's not a mistake maker. He's not a mistake. He doesn't make mistakes. Like
he doesn't hurt you. Right.
Exactly. Doesn't hurt you. He might not, do these amazing plays, but he's great at spacing. Stays in front of his guy, tries to get open, doesn't just try to throw a shot up, like makes good again, that's like another thing. Like in other garbage minutes for other guys, they're like, oh, I never get this opportunity. Let me just throw up a bunch of shots and see if I can make it. Nah,
Yep.
they're out there in 5 minutes, and Wendell Moore's like, I'll give it away. Like it's like that's how they are. So it's very
Yep.
cool.
Like
Very cool.
Heisenberg said, we have an embarrassment of riches with our young talent for sure. Chris says, I was getting ready for work, looking at the screen, saying, "Who is this guy?" Oh, my bad, more. That's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious. Yeah, man, for sure. So I got nothing else to say, boss. That was just a great game to watch from start to finish. Like
So
I couldn't
fun.
be any happier to go into the weekend after a game like this. Any other thoughts you have on this game before we kind of close out here, boss?
Nope. Just what a great way to start the weekend. A great way to end the week and start the weekend. I mean,
That's right.
exciting stuff.
Okay. We will leave it there, guys. So look, as far as our look ahead now. So the Pistons are now off for the weekend, and they are back on the road to take on the other Eastern Conference team who's riding a hot streak. The Charlotte Hornets also, guys, are on an 8-game winning streak. They've won their last 8 games. And if I'm being real, they're playing the best basketball I've seen the Charlotte Hornets, Charlotte Bobcats, Charlotte Hornets before that play in a long time. I've not seen them play this well in a long time, because it's not like they're just winning games because they're on a hot streak and they're just knocking down shots. They're shooting 60% and Melo's averaging 40 and Brandon Miller's averaging no, they're playing systematic basketball. They're playing they're playing good defense. Kevin's gonna be Kevin lives out there. He lives out there. Shout out to Kev and little
Very
Kev
cool.
and my nephews Kevin and Caleb and all them for sure. Y'all should have fun at that game, man.
They do.
I'm looking forward to it. Go ahead.
So the Hornets do play tomorrow against the Hawks, so they could be on a 9-game win streak, or they could lost.
Okay.
So that's just something to keep in mind.
I hope they
will
win.
not be here for that one. I get to see Nuggets and Cavs. I've already seen James Harden like 3 times this year, and I'm just like, okay, I guess it's forced upon me, James Harden's game, but I'm very excited to see Donovan Mitchell. I'm actually really excited to see like Jalen Tyson, Jarrett Allen.
Tyson is nice.
Gonna be good. So I won't be here for that, but I'm bummed. When I first looked at the schedule, I was like, oh, it's just the Hornets. Who cares? But now I'm like, oh my God. Like the way we were shooting 3, like we have to bring what we brought on offense tonight on Monday. Like that needs to translate. They haven't met our defense yet, but again, they are so hot on offense that they haven't really done stuff. So I'll get to see the first half before I head to the game, but I won't be at the post game. Sadly, I'll try to tap in if I can, but
yeah, man.
That's a game that I'm also just like that's not a trap game. This is going to be legit a challenge.
No, 100%. I hope Charlotte wins tomorrow, because I want the Pistons to snap their streak too.
Okay.
Not saying it's a given, but I just want we just obliterated New York. I'm not expecting that to happen against Charlotte. The way they're playing right now,
I'm going to
definitely watch and LaMelo and Brandon Miller and Miles Brick. Like they're starting. Somebody said their starting 5 is nasty work. Yeah, their starting 5 is nasty work. I think Charles Lee is their coach. He's doing a great job over there for sure. So it's gonna be a tough game.
They're happy. They're a good, and they're just such a young team, and it's just going to be fun to see what they do. But actually, they haven't played yet without Sexton, right? Or did they yesterday?
I don't know. Didn't they get Kobe White though?
It actually, yes, but I just saw it today too.
It's crazy.
Kobe White's physical didn't go up to expectations, so he's still there. He's still going to be with Charlotte, but Charlotte is now giving Chicago only 2 picks, not 3.
Oh. So maybe something came up on their, at least, but they still got him. So I mean, they'll live with that. Like Kobe White, I like Sexton, but Kobe White over there.
But it's just going to be bringing in someone new. You never know. And I'm not saying he's going to disrupt anything. They could just be just as hot. But it's just going to be bringing in someone new. But I am just, and they're young guys, really. Like Kalkbrenner is blocking people like crazy. They got Josh Green. Yeah,
Josh Green is another one from Dallas. He's good.
He had 4 steals. So I'm definitely going to tune in to watch, because I'll text dudes my 2 cents, my game, what I think we need to do to get the job done after watching them tomorrow. Because I haven't watched them in a little bit, but Con Knuckle is fantastic. LaMelo Ball has been crazy. So it'll be fun. It is going to be just 2 young teams, one very defensive minded and one very offensive minded. And we're going to see what happens.
The matchup I'm watching, if we get it, is Asar Thompson versus Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller has been hooping. I watched the Hornets play the Pelicans a few games back, and I ain't gonna lie, Brandon Miller was getting that Trey Murphy. They was going back and forth. Trey Murphy went off that game, and Brandon Miller didn't shoot it great, but they were like holding each other to a standstill.
I like him. The way
he's good.
Him and Melo have a great lob connection, just like Cade and Duran. They have a great. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. And then they got Diabate as well, right?
Yeah,
over there. So they got a good team, man. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game, guys. So we will definitely look forward to that one for sure. But listen, guys, great show, man. Great show. We appreciate you guys as always showing up and showing out as you guys always do. And like I said before, we appreciate everybody who showed up for the live reaction watch back of the game. Like we said, we're gonna be doing those for the rest of the year for all the national games. So you guys can make sure you are here for that. We have a lot of fun, good feedback from you guys, and get to kick back and watch with you guys. So we appreciate you guys for the support. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. What's up?
We never did the poll. Real quick.
We did the poll.
Who you guys got for the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Who y'all picking? So go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna create it real quick.
I'm on Seahawks. I think I want the Seahawks, and I do think it will be them. Okay. I just think, especially if Darnold played the way he did in the last game, like it's over. Like Drake May, of course, is very good. They have a couple guys out there. They have a lot of options for May, but the options have also increased for Darnold. So I would love to see Seattle get it. I think that would be really cool. So
I want the Seahawks to win it. The last time these two have they played before in the Super Bowl?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Did they play? Yeah, they did. They did. I don't remember when it was. But yeah, either way, I'm going for the Seahawks. I always tend to go NFC, whenever.
Is that with Richard Sherman? That team, right? That's when they played?
Of course. How did I forget that? You know what it was? I have eliminated that from my mind because I'm still dealing with PTSD. Why in the world, when you have that dog as a running back, it's so crazy to me, bro. Like you've got your timeouts. You're in the 5-yard line. You rush it on 1st and 5. You get 4 yards. It's 2nd and 1 on the 1-yard line. If you get 4 in the first play, why don't you think you can get 1 on the next play? And if you don't, you got timeout still. So if you don't get it, you can run it again. Why do you not run beast mode in that situation? I will never understand that ever.
I remember that season because Russell Wilson was my fantasy quarterback and I won that year. So
I will never understand why you throw the ball and you have beast mode, bro. Like everybody knows what's coming. You can't stop it. It doesn't matter. You get 4 yards on first down. You can anyway. That's why I didn't remember it first. I literally eliminated that from my mind because the Seahawks were the better team. And Tom was on a bench like this because he knew they were about to lose.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with the way that ended. He was just like, oh, wait, interception? Oh, we won? Oh, like, man. And I love Tom, but like, come on, bro. Man. They shouldn't. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Yeah, only they lost and didn't hand it to beast mode on the one. You get it. Yeah. You know what it is, bro. So we'll see. We'll see.
I see everybody for the Seahawks so far. So
is that what they're saying? Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Seahawks 78%, Pats 22%. I think they're gonna win. I think they're just better.
Exactly. And the Pats, I think, I can't say you can't blame everything. I do think they had a slightly easier path than other teams, but you can't
the Broncos
just completely count that out. Like Vrabel has still done really well. May has still done really well. They're still a good team. But like against Denver, like a couple missed field goals determined that game for them. It was all that stuff. So it's just like 10-3, and then the Seahawks blew out the. So the
Seahawks they beat it. That was a tough game against the Rams too. Like to beat the MVP, by the way. Matt Stafford, shout out. To beat the MVP the way they did, it's hard to beat Stafford in the playoffs, man. Yeah. He's hard to beat in the playoffs, and they were up for the challenge, man. So I got to give them credit. So that's why I'm gonna just roll with them.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. So we will tap back in and talk about the Super Bowl on Super Bowl Monday. After the Pistons game, if we have some time like tonight, we will talk about the Super Bowl if y'all want, and we'll kind of go from there. But either way, we appreciate you guys for your support. Like I said before, showing out as you guys always do. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. So everybody have a great weekend, man. Everybody stay safe. Yeah. Enjoy the Super Bowl. I hope everybody's team wins as long as you are not a Patriots fan. So Go Seahawks. So, guys, you guys know the drill, man. We will see you guys come Monday. Have a great night. Be safe. And y'all know the drill. Detroit versus everybody. Peace.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that shop, you must want this way. Look at dog palm, mess around, find out, Look at dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better crop a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're real for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better crop a hill, cause I'm like that. Mess around.